Yo, it's your boy Marita boy. I'm back up in this thing, man. Listen. Boy, we got an action-packed show for you today, man. Golly, man. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. This show here is full of nasty mans. This show right here is full of nasty mans, man. Like, bro, like this is crazy. Like, it's like since 2025 been here, it's been a outbreak of just like nasty minds. Like, you know what I mean? Like if 2024 was the year of truth, I think 2025 gonna be the year where all nasty people will be exposed, man. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Listen, I ain't judging nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a fine line between nasty people and freaky people. You know what I'm saying? Freaky is not illegal, but nasty is illegal. And bruh, it's been some nasty, freaky, borderline stuff going on here, man. Um, but today on today's show, we got Joe Budden caught allegedly sleepwalking on camera um, in his apartment building, um, and he's been charged with lewd acts. So we're gonna talk about that. We also got the owners of Abercrombie. Well, okay, the chief of Abercrombie and Fitch. If y'all don't know that clothing line, kind of resemble Hollister or whatever. But we got them being arrested on some nasty charges as well. We're gonna read the docket. Um, Also, we got OTF DeDe um, allegedly people speculating that OTF DeDe is taking a plea because of some of the requests that his lawyer has requested of the courts. We're gonna get into that as well. Um, Also, we got Shell Kev. Y'all don't know who Shell Kev is. Shell Kev is the brother of Nut. Nut is the guy who was murdered in the YSL trial. Shell Kev is also the guy that allegedly beat up Lil Woody in the club that kind of started this whole mess between Nut and his faction and Young Thug and YSL. He went on DJU and he had some choice words for DJU. We're gonna talk about it. What else we got? What else we got? And we got a host of other little stuff that we're gonna put in. We're gonna bring in here too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got one of the guys who was involved in the Stephen Mack hit. If you don't know who Stephen Mack is the guy who allegedly unalived Lil Durk's brother D Thing. Well, one of the guys that was involved in the Stephen Mack hit has been um, uncovered as a federal informant for over 5 years and was paid $12,000 in a 5 year period of time. So, one of the guys that was involved in the murder of one of the guys that murdered Lil Durk's brother is a federal informant. So, essentially, Lil Durk may have been dealing with federal informants or may have I'm gonna just say may have been dealing with federal informants when it comes to allegedly, because we don't know if Lil Durk was involved in it, but it's looking like he was involved in it. But he may have been dealing with federal informants when it comes to the murder of the guy who murdered his brother. It's complicated, but we're gonna talk about it, man. But first, I want to know how y'all guys doing. Jump in the comment section. Let me know how y'all guys doing, man. I've been doing pretty good. I can't complain, and if I did, it wouldn't do no good, no way. I told you, got to be thankful for what God gave you, man. But yeah, man. Before we get into it, though, it's been a rough 2025, man. It's been a rough 2025, man. So I'm gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna read what the Huffington Post says about Joe Budden. If you see right there, it say podcast host Joe Budden charged with lewdness over naked sleepwalking incident. Man, former rapper and popular podcast host Joe Budden has been charged with lewdness in connection to an incident in early December at his apartment building in Edgewater, New Jersey. Budden, 44, was charged on December 4th after a neighbor reportedly saw the internet personality standing naked in the hallway of their building at about 7 a.m., according to a news release from the Edgewater Police Department. There you go. The incident was recorded on the neighbor's doorbell camera, Ring Cam, and showed Budden trying to enter numbers onto the keypad several times before heading back to his home. According to the news release, Budden's attorney, Nima Amiri, called the Edgewater police announcement inflammatory and slanderous, adding that the incident stemmed from the rapper's long history of sleepwalking, according to a statement issued on Wednesday. The lawyer accused Police Chief Donald Martin of racial bias after he issued a news release before Joe Budden's court date. Had Mr. Budden not been a prominent black voice for his community, we do not believe such a press release would have been issued over these mediocre accusations. Amiri wrote in his rap career, Budden's top hit was 2003's Pump It Up. Budden addressed the charge in a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, saying, I sleptwalked somewhere that I shouldn't have sleptwalked. Budden had filed cross complaints against the neighbor. Amiri told TMZ, Budden's complaints against the neighbor include substantially more serious charges and possibly felony charges, Amiri said, though he did not specify what those charges were. Instead of focusing on these more serious matters, the chief has chosen to exploit the incident for what we perceive as his personal gain, thus compromising Mr. Budden's constitutional right to a fair trial, Amiri said in the Wednesday news release. Hey, man, listen, man. Hey, listen, man. You can sell that shit to who you want to sell that shit to, Joe Budden. But right here on my motherfucking podcast, we gonna break this shit down, Playboy. Listen, man. Listen. Where do I start? First of all of this is my opinion. All of this is alleged. All of this falls under fair use. You know what I'm saying? All of this is for entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? Educational purposes. You know what I'm saying? Fair use is in act. Because Mr. Budden, I don't want you to come on here with your nasty ass and butt naked walk into my goddamn podcast and go to try to hit me with a copyright strike because we talking about something that your nasty ass did. Now, let me break this down here. And this is just all my opinion here, just going off of what we know about what's allegedly going on in this case. Joe Budden, check this out, my nigga. You can sell that shit to who you want to sell that shit to, dog. First of all, in my opinion, from being a former street pharmacist, you were high. Also knowing that what your part of your history is with drug abuse is, you were high, my nigga. You was high, and I don't know if you had an ongoing relationship or situationship with the neighbor or whatever, but bruh, you weren't motherfucking sleepwalking, bruh. You went over to them people's house naked in a Jaybird, got caught on Ring Cam. You was trying to enter them people's apartment. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know had this been going on. You know, maybe, you had been tipping over there and you and her had something going on. Or maybe she set you up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she did set you up. Maybe you had been going over there and getting on her. And maybe you had done kept, you fell for it. And this time right here, she like, oh, no, I'm finna get this nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to think now, if they catch you going naked, going over to her apartment, then she can sue you. You feel what I'm saying? They say her 2 minor children, girls, I add, saw you on Ring camera, bucket naked, my nigga. So this is like insane, bro. Like, bro, listen. We all know that you got a history of being Mr. Nasty Freaky Man, Mr. Budden. But at the same time, though, bro, you got to like tame that lust demon. You got that little lust demon inside you, my nigga, that said, do it, Joe. Do it. You got to refrain from listening to that lust demon when you under the influence, my nigga. If I had to guess you on some kind of ecstasy, allegedly, this is just my opinion. Everything I say here is alleged. If my opinion, you was on some kind of ecstasy, maybe a little bit of Molly, I don't know. But at the same time, you was on something that made you feel like Mr. Super freaky nasty man, and you in your mind was finna go over there and do something super freaky nasty with the neighbor. But when you got your super freaky nasty ass over there, the door was locked. Now you was tapping on her keypad like you knew the combination. So if I had to guess, I would guess that this been going on. And if they probably look back through that Ring camera, they probably gonna find that you've been going over there tapping the neighbor, my nigga. But at this particular incident, maybe she had her children over there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all had a regularly scheduled program to where you go over there and you do freaky nasty shit with the neighbor lady. But on this morning, just so happened her children was over there. So she probably changed the code on your nasty ass. And when you went over there thinking that you finna do what you had done before, you realized that goddamn code was changed. That's when you walked your nasty ass back over to your apartment, unlocked your door, and went in. You ain't sleepwalk putting in no goddamn codes, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And you got caught on Ring camera doing that shit, and you exposed yourself to this lady's children, my nigga. So your nasty ass gonna have to deal with the consequences of your actions, my nigga. For real, for real. This shit wild in a motherfucker, dog. This shit wild in a motherfucker. Cause this shit gonna have consequences. People were wondering where Joe was for a couple weeks when they realized that he was not present on his podcast, and the fans of his podcast had went to voice their concerns as to where was Joe. And a couple weeks later, Joe popped back on the podcast and told everybody that he slept walk. Come on, bro. Listen, bro. If that's all you can come up with, my nigga, bro, your ass is cooked. Now, he also was kicked out of the building, his apartment building, for this incident, which I didn't know that Joe Budden was filming the show in his apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? But by them having to film the new show in the old building, it let me know that he had been filming the Joe Budden podcast from his apartment building, because he got kicked out of his apartment building when this incident happened. So, and you got lewd charges. Listen, Joe, you got caught on camera, my nigga. It is no way to beat this charge. Listen, let me tell you something. Shout out to Renato Macago. If you get caught urinating outside, you know that's a charge as well. Especially if somebody see it, like if somebody see you, you know you're exposed, you outside urinating, you ain't doing nothing but urinating. But still, that's a charge. Now you just got caught walking bucky naked in your apartment complex building on ring cam in front of two underage young girls. Bro, you is in trouble. Now I don't know if you can get a plea. Sometimes you can get pleas that would have it to where you don't have to register as an offender. I think Brother Polite got something like that in his case, where he did do some lewd things, and some things to an underage person, but he still was able to sign a plea to where he doesn't have to register as an offender. Maybe you can work that out. You know, you got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a pretty good lawyer. But other than that, my nigga, you in trouble with this one here. And I'm going to tell you how you in trouble with this one here. A lot of times when these celebrities or personalities sign contracts, or even regular people, when they sign contracts to start working for certain companies, they have morality clauses in these contracts, which means if you get caught doing something that would be deemed to be immoral, your contract can be null and voided, and you can lose that contract. So I would guess that Joe Budden probably got something like this in his contract, which puts his whole show in jeopardy, which puts all of those people up there that work for Joe Budden at his podcast jobs in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got caught out there walking around naked in front of some children, bro. Like, you wildin', fam. We all know Joe like women. We all know Joe like the frequent strip clubs and shit like that there. And we all know Joe got a history of drug abuse, you know. And I'm telling you, if I had to guess, Joe Budden probably had something going on with the neighbor. And he went over there to do what he probably had been doing with the neighbor before. I promise you, I believe if they look into that goddamn ring camera, they'll find that this ain't the first time Joe been over there to that woman's house. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she got a boyfriend or whatever, but I do know this particular incident, he was not granted access into her apartment and he got caught out there. Joe, I got a question. Why you just didn't at least have a robe on, my nigga? Why you just at least have like a Versace robe on or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is embarrassing, gang. Shout out to Nell. This is embarrassing like a motherfucker. Like, listen, bro. You need help, dog. You need help, my nigga. I swear to God, you need help because you should have thought about everything that you had to lose by behaving in this manner, and you should have like figured out a way with this. Well, y'all wouldn't handle it like this, my nigga, like for real, for real. And I'm just assuming that whoever the lady is, it was something going on between you and her. That may not have been the case. You may have just been on some nasty, freaky shit and just decided to go over to this lady crib. You feel what I'm saying? Because you, Joe Budden, and you high on whatever drugs you was high on, Tucci, ecstasy, Molly, or whatever the fuck you was high on, and you decided to become Mr. Freaky Deaky Nasty Man. But in any accord, this is embarrassing. This is crazy. This could possibly cost Joe Budden his podcast. And it also could possibly cost those people up there their jobs, you know, Ish and whatever the Melissa Ford and the rest of the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And Queens, whatever Queensbridge Flip or whatever his name is, Queens Flip or whatever his name is. Like this shit crazy as hell, dog. Like, Joe, you should be embarrassed like a motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mr. Nasty Man. Like, bro, like boy, listen, boy, you damn sure probably been to a couple of DeDe parties, my nigga. Listen. You ain't gonna get your black ass up there and talk about you motherfucking you motherfucking was sleepwalking. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You can't sell that shit to the thugs. Nigga, you wasn't no motherfucking sleepwalking. If you were sleepwalking, you sure conveniently motherfucking slept walked your motherfucking ass right back over to your own motherfucking apartment. You sure motherfucking knew the key code to get in that motherfucking apartment back in yours. I'm telling you, I feel like Joe probably had something going on with that lady, dog. I promise you, I feel like he had something going on with that lady, and it was probably a regularly scheduled program. And when he went over there, the locks was changed, and he decided, oh, let me hurry up and get back to my apartment. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that the woman's children had saw you buck naked, bro. This crazy. And not only that, she ain't the only neighbor that saw Joe Budden, or the children and her ain't the only neighbor that saw Joe Budden walking through the apartment complex naked. Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody got ring cameras now, bro. I'm talking about everybody, bro. I'm talking about everybody. So I just don't understand why Joe would even put himself out there like that, bro. Like, if you would put yourself out there like that, you got a problem, gang. Like, for real, bro. Listen, man. Listen. Listen. I understand we grown. We do grown people shit. But, bro, I wouldn't have dared put myself out there like that, knowing what I got to lose, bro. I'm Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? I got a multi-million-dollar contract. Ain't none of that worth me getting losing that out there, getting caught out there losing what I got. What's up, sir?
What up? What up? Look, I'm a Joe Budden podcast watcher. So I watched that shit for years.
What you think happened here, bro? What you think happened? Because I'm just speculating.
Okay, this is what happened, bro. Joe Budden, his podcast facility is like in a condominium building.
Right.
Now he owned 2 or 3 different apartments, condos, whatever, in the building.
Right.
So now, as a person who got a brother who sleepwalk.
Oh man, go ahead.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. My little brother would sleepwalk, and that nigga will sleepwalk, go to the bathroom, and piss directly on the floor. I'm telling you. I done seen this nigga.
My sister used to do that when we was kids, but now grown. But go ahead though.
So it probably was one of them wild nights. You know, people be trying to act this way and act that way, but I think they be on them drugs. If I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, them drugs be hitting their ass. And he probably had a lit night. Probably thought he was wandering to his other apartment or some shit like that. Because from what I'm hearing is that the people in the building really like him. They really fuck with him like that. Like it just, I mean, if a nigga knocking on my door naked, man, shit, it could have went terribly worse than who it was. But yeah, man, it don't surprise me.
So you don't think he probably had something going on with the lady and it went wrong this time?
I mean, that's a possibility that it could have been that, or I don't know, man, because I done lived around women that I done been in the mix with. You feel me? Like, I don't know. I can't really say because I ain't that type of nigga that just go come knock on nobody door unannounced anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I don't come unannounced. Like, you gotta know I'm coming. Don't show up to my shit unannounced. Like, yeah, like I don't know, man. He could have been dealing with him. You know, Joe Budden got a list of baddies now.
Yeah.
But no, I think it just he probably just had a lit night, man. You know, you ain't never woke up and be like, damn, I did that.
No, I ain't. Everything I be knowing what I be doing.
So you ain't never got faded. They be like, yeah, man, you cuss my up this such and such. You be like, no, I ain't do that.
No, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Like I don't get drunk to get drunk. Like when I listen, so when I drink to get tipsy. Once I get tipsy, I'm good because I don't like that really bad drunk feeling when I'm throwing up and shit. So once I get tipsy, I'm real smooth. So when I get tipsy, you know what I do? You'll think I'm still drinking, nigga. I went to the bar and got straight orange juice. You know what I'm saying? Cause most of the time,
water with lime.
Yeah, you think I'm still drinking like a motherfucker. Listen, I'm drinking orange juice like a bitch. And what happens is once I'm not as tipsy no more, you know what I do? I go to drinking again. Like I know how to regulate my shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like I drink, and when I feel get tipsy, then I drink orange juice. You'll swear I'm drinking. Yeah. And then once I feel like my little buzz wearing off, I go back to drinking. You see what I'm saying?
Now, see me, I'm the same way. Now, when I was in college and shit like that, like I done had a few nights where I'm like, damn, that happened. Like as an adult though, when I got a hold of myself, I'm pretty much the same way. Being too drunk, it feel weird to me because I be smoking too.
It do.
Yeah. It give me this weird feeling of anxiety almost. Like I don't really like how that feel. Or like a slight buzz with a lot of weed.
Me too, bro. Me too. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna say this. Back when I was popping pills and shit. See, that's why I feel like he was on some kind of pills or something. Cause I done been freaky, deaky, nasty man, but I ain't never been freaky, deaky, nasty man without a woman already who know what we finna be on. You get what I'm saying? Like I already got, like me and the woman, we already at my house, or we already at a room, or we done took a trip or somewhere. So we locked in. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The doors locked.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I think that's what make it look worse because he was naked. But like I said, I've been listening to the Joe Budden podcast for years because they acting a fool on that bitch. It has always been said that the nigga sleep naked. Like I'm a nigga, I got on boxers at least. I can't be butt ass.
I went you too. I can't do that either. Though. I gotta have on some kind of boxers or something, dog. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. You never know with Joe, man. You never know. It could be a publicity thing to kind of bring in the new year. You just never really know.
Man, publicity, he in trouble. So I got a question. So even if he was sleepwalking, what you think that like the outcome could be of this, like the fallout?
I mean, I don't think. Okay, so I don't think. Okay, indecent exposure, he'll get a ticket or a fine for that. But unless he was knocking on the door, butt ass naked, saying, "Yeah, come here, let me give you this." You know what I'm saying? I don't really
Right,
think they can get him with
man.
no sexual charges. Like you got to like be
What,
making
what,
some kind of
what,
sexual threat.
well, he got one. He got a lewd charge. His charge is lewd. He got it.
I think it's
They,
gonna be something that gonna get thrown out probably.
right, they're gonna drop it and he drop it down a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they gonna throw it out, man. I don't know, man. They gotta be careful, man. Them drugs and shit, man. I'm telling you.
What's up, Tanel? What you think?
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Uh, First of all, Happy New Year. I ain't spoke to nobody.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year.
But yeah, I think he good as far as the charges will go. Indecency or in public or whatever. Shut up, Milo. My dog agreed.
Right.
But
Mhm.
I don't think he gonna face no serious repercussions. I mean, like I said, I think he was just drugged up real bad that night and
Uh-huh.
was trying to get from one condo to the next and forgot his ass was naked and walked on out the door. Shut up, Milo, and went to the
Hold
wrong
on.
place.
Hold on. Hold on. So you think he was trying to walk naked to one of the other condos that he owns in the apartment building that he
I
Yeah,
rented
cause
think
out?
he tried to put in the
I think
code.
he didn't realize he was naked because he that damn gone in the head with the drugs. You know what I mean? So he trying to go from one place to the next and not
Cause
remembering that his ass ain't got no clothes on.
they say he tried to put in the code, so he probably thought he was at one of his other apartments.
That's what
So
I'm
y'all,
saying.
so y'all buying the sleepwalking thing. Y'all buying it.
And I
I
didn't think he sleepwalking. He could have just been faded
I
Right.
think he was just
and put in
faded,
the wrong
but
code. Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I think he was just extremely drunk, extremely high, or whatever. But he was out of his mind with whatever substance he was using because I don't know what he was doing that night.
He was extremely horny.
And he
So
just went to the wrong door. That's my opinion of it.
so y'all don't
Because I
go
didn't
ahead,
see
T.
him doing anything crazy. You know what I mean? Like he
Right.
wasn't trying to break down the door. He wasn't hollering and screaming and acting a fool. So to me, he wasn't. He wasn't on no bullshit. Put it that way.
Okay, let's unpack this. They say Joe done filed charges against the neighbor. So what is that? What does that mean? Like what? Like because when you filed, you acting like that means you saying the neighbor did something to you. So
Okay, so what charges did he file against the neighbor though?
I don't know. They say when I just read the article, it say that they don't know what those charges are.
Okay,
That would make
Probably
me think.
defamation of character, if anything.
But
because
that make me think that labor locked that door on him. What he trying to say is I supposed to been over here with her and she locked the door on me and that got me caught out here with these
Keep in
mother.
mind, he got a girlfriend too, so he probably trying to avoid if it's one of them type of situations. He ain't trying to make it look like that
Right.
right.
because he got a girlfriend that's public. Like he
But
publicly.
but he filed charges against the neighbor. Like what charges could you file against him? The
That's
only
what
thing
I'm
that make me think,
saying.
yeah.
Ooh,
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. I would have to know what the charges
it
are
could be
that he
harassment.
filed
It could be
before
harassment or
I can.
anything. Because you
Yeah,
could press
but
charges on anybody for anything, pretty well. You could press.
yeah. But I want to know what the charges are first before I make any assumptions
Right.
about what
Right.
was going on. See, I didn't know that he had filed charges against the neighbor, so
Yeah, he
that
filed charges against the neighbor.
that
Man,
could
Joe's
change
just a
shit.
wild, freaky man. That's all it come
And
down to. Shit happen. Because
like
I had a
go
crazy
ahead.
ass neighbor. I had a crazy ass neighbor as a kid. He had mental problems, and one day the bus pulled up. Right, we live out in the country. This man butt ass naked outside, showering himself in his couch. Right, he saw the bus come. He grabbed a knife, went to the door of the bus, like, because he was my next door neighbor type shit. So he like,
Right.
man, get out the bus, like. So man, like I think like crazy shit just happens sometimes, man. It just happened to him, man. Shit, you gotta be careful.
Oh, so you had a neighbor that was showering outside naked as a kid too. I did too.
Yeah,
Um,
he's crazy. And he tried to take
he
the
was
bus
on the
off.
roof though. He was on the roof though. He wasn't outside in his backyard and no shit. He was on the fucking roof because how the houses were built. It was kind of like townhouses. Like you had six, connected houses, and then you had a cut in between. Like this is when I'm living up in Chicago. And baby, that crazy motherfucker was on the roof, totally ass naked, taking a shower, and it was kind of traumatizing because I was like 5 years old when I saw this shit. I ain't never
Yeah,
seen no man naked before, so I don't know what the hell is going on.
about
Me and my grandma
I'm
literally
about
pulling
to.
up from the fucking airport and visiting my mama down here in Houston. I hadn't moved down here yet. And this is what I come home to. A motherfucker on the roof taking a shower. And it was cold outside. That's the thing, because I remember having my coat on and shit. My coat, my hat, my scarves, mittens, and everything. It was cold as fuck outside. And you got a water hose up on the roof taking a shower. Ain't that some crazy shit? So it could be that he had some mental issues. Joe Budden crazy. I've always said that. So I don't
Yeah.
know how crazy he is.
Joe Budden is he a narcissist for real.
Yeah,
Fact.
yeah,
Fact.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, he
yeah.
a narcissist because I didn't seen I don't know if y'all ever seen when he was arguing with Ish about when he talked to his girl or something like that, and he was like, "How you gonna say you ain't gonna do that?" And you was kissing Shorty at the back of the thing. He said. And you know, Joe, he always throw like he'll pull the rug from under you and move the goalpost type shit. So that's the type of shit he do
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pay attention to him. Entertaining guy, but hopefully it don't get him in no like crazy
So
trouble.
so the children seeing him like that, y'all think they just gon' that ain't gon' they just gonna still just watch that under the they gonna just drop the charges or make it a lesser charge or something like
Man,
that.
they do it for these transgenders at the gyms and shit.
Thank you.
Oh
And my
really?
thing, it's not like he was. It's not like the situations we was talking about where he out in public taking a shower in the middle of the day or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is in the middle of the night, ain't it? So
No, it was
what?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Okay, but this is during the holiday season. That's what I meant to say. So most kids are still fucking sleep. Because I know when I was on Christmas break, I wasn't up at no damn 7 a.m. For what?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, so I don't think nobody really saw him like that. If they did, the kids
Unless he
traumatized,
showed them.
trust me.
Unless they
But
showed them,
yeah, but I don't think they doing all that. You know what I mean?
they'll
Like,
do it to try to sue him for some money. My
uh,
child was exposed to this and blah blah blah.
yeah, but I don't think nobody going I hope, put it this way, I'm not gonna even say I think. I hope nobody is intentionally traumatizing their child like that just to sue somebody. And it ain't even guaranteed you're gonna get nothing from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Besides a traumatized kid.
I
So
mean, the sad part is, man, motherfuckers do that anyway.
yeah, I mean, I don't put
You
nothing
arguing
past
with your spouse
nobody.
every day is traumatized. But I feel where you're coming from. I hope people wouldn't do it. But let's keep in mind too, that's a high end building with some wealthy people there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I would hope that they wouldn't try to make an extra bag off of this situation by traumatizing their kids any further. You already got money. You don't need this shit. Don't do that to your kid to profit off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I feel like it was an accident. I feel like he knew where he was going. I feel like he knew where he was going. It's something they probably had going on with the lady, and just this time right here, her kids was over and it couldn't go down, and the kids happened to see it. That's what I think. That's what I think. I feel like this done been going on. I don't feel like this just was no one off. Hell no.
Well, I don't know. I have to get a
Yeah, we
little
don't
bit
know.
more
I'm
information.
just speculating. I
But
don't know
no,
shit
I'm just
really.
saying before I can even make a really good assumption about anything, I think I need a little bit more information.
Right. Okay, so I got another question. So I been paying attention. So I see this I've been watching it's this commercial and they got Drewski, Joe Budden, Big X, the plug, Kai Sinai, all of them on this commercial. I forgot what it was. I think it's like a sports bets commercial or whatever. So it looked like he got some kind of like endorsement contract. Also, he got, the big multi-million dollar contract that he got in order to hold his podcast. Do you think that this gonna jeopardize that or affect that?
nah, because the only thing he got right now is Prize Picks. Prize Picks ain't really that political with who they giving
Hmm.
sponsorships too, but you gotta think shit. The whole reason him Rory and Ma and them fell out because of that deal, aside from accounting, was that he wasn't taking money from advertisers. So he don't take a lot of advertising dollars. He make his revenue off of streams and other ways. So it
Hmm.
ain't really too much they could really it ain't really too much they could do to him. It only if he really get to popping his shit that they go get you when you independent. Like Tory Lanez, people forget Tory Lanez was fully independent and successful and popular. Like they no
Hmm.
folks don't want to hear you talking shit about these $1 billion corporations and shit. So I think he'll be good as far as his money in the podcast because he really self-made when it comes to that. Like, and
Yeah,
don't nobody else own his IP.
Yeah, but
yeah, I think he good with that.
hold on here. This the same thing that's going on with Jay-Z here. Listen, what I'm trying to say is, okay, so if I'm a big company, if I'm a big corporation here, and I done hired you to for whatever, and I done hired you to either promote something or either I'm going into business with you, and I find out that you got a lewd charge. That's what he got. He charged with that. Y'all don't think that'll jeopardize his
No,
business
no,
deal with the people?
I'm gonna tell
Like
you why.
I can't have you advertising my product and you got a lewd charge. You got a
Let,
lewd charge.
let me tell you something. That's how you know for a fact there are no secrets in Hollywood.
I
When you
agree.
in Hollywood, the only time we seen people back away from people, name me one time other than the Jonathan Major shit, and that was before anybody saw the video of him trying to get away from her. Name
Hmm.
one time where they just went all the way through with that shit. Like, think about it. JC, his charges, them people probably knew this woman was full of shit. But think about Harvey Weinstein, Hollywood knew that was true. R.
Hmm.
Kelly, Hollywood knew that was true. Epstein,
Hmm.
Hollywood knew that was true. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? All these people knew these things were true. But you gotta
Mm.
think if it ain't no secrets in Hollywood and we know, oh man, they lying. I ain't about to back out of this money or no deal with no Jay-Z, and we know they lying, but they be like, man, you know Harvey Weinstein got caught. Shit, I knew it was gonna catch up to him. Yeah, we gotta get this nigga out of here because people know
Hmm.
it's true. I think
Hmm.
in Jay-Z case, it's not something that was known to be true. You see what I'm saying? So they
Mhm.
couldn't do it. Like even with Michael Jackson, he settled one case, but he didn't admit guilt. He got
Mhm.
acquitted of everything else.
Mhm.
Everybody knew it was a money grab, but it's like the people who didn't like him, Sony, Tony Matolo, all of that shit, they go try to sabotage you. But the thing is if the consensus know that you ain't do it, like if somebody say something about you, Marita, and I know for a fact you ain't do it, why would I back away from you?
Because it looked like I might have did it. Listen,
But
it's
but
this. Okay,
but
so let me tell you this. You're right.
because it's about shareholders.
Right.
It's about shareholders.
I'm 50% with you. I agree. It ain't no secrets in Hollywood. They know all of this shit. They vet you before they even attempt to go into business with you. But what happens is if you get caught, then we might gotta back away from you, player, because you got caught. It ain't that we didn't know that you were freaky dicky nasty man or a drug addict or whatever it was. It's that it's done been exposed now. Sometimes that even help these people cover up the bullshit. If I'm in business with you, I'm a multi-billion dollar company, and I know and I make good money. I'm sure people covered up for R. Kelly. I'm sure this happened. You feel what I'm saying? But now that you got caught, we got to make it look like, hey man, we ain't fucking with you, even though we
But what
knew.
endorsements did R. Kelly have? What was R. Kelly advertising?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
What
I was just
commercial?
trying to
Like
give you an
you
example.
ain't see him on no Target commercial. You ain't see him
Right,
on no Christmas commercial. The
right,
last inspirational thing he did was "I Believe I Could Fly" with the first
right,
Space Jam. So just
right.
think about it. Like when you think about if Drake do something, that's why he's so mad. Like you accuse me of this shit, but you see nobody backed away from Drake because nobody believes that shit.
Right,
Hmm.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
saying.
wicked, bro.
I
Well, I
just
don't
asked
have.
because
I'm guessing too at the same time. Like
no, no,
I don't
I'm
know
with you
this to
because
be fact.
we ain't seen nobody back away from Joe yet. So I'm with you. You feel me?
That's why I ain't saying nothing because Silk basically said everything I was gonna say. So go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. We ain't seen nobody back away from him yet. But I'm just saying, like, I just know how these things work, and it's just that if you get caught, it ain't that we didn't know. It's that you got caught. Like even the NFL,
Exactly.
let's be real, the NFL, even the NFL came out and said that they don't plan to back away from Jay-Z right now. They said that, but if this
They
shit
have
get
to
it,
say right now
yeah,
because it's an ongoing investigation.
right, which
Right.
means,
If they gonna keep him around,
right, but it
you know,
also means it's a possibility that it will back away from him if further shit come out going forward, or if he get convicted of this crime.
they gotta say that for the shareholders though. See, it's all
Right.
about the shareholders, man, in Wall Street. If your shareholders don't believe some shit, it don't matter if they not pulling their money out because the shareholders can look and be like, oh no, that's some bullshit.
No, that's not true. That's not true. So what happens is if the people who buying that product stop fucking with that product because of that, then the shareholders gonna
Like
be like,
that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like the shareholders, as long as the people don't back out, as long as the consumer don't back out, the shareholders don't give a fuck. The shareholders.
But tell me what football fan not go watch football because Jay-Z allegedly did something to somebody? Because Harvey Weinstein did something to a lot of people, my nigga, but I'm still gonna watch Paid in Full.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. 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 I don't. And I'm waiting. It's yet to be seen. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm pretty sure if Jay-Z get convicted of this crime, which I don't think he's gonna get convicted of this crime, to be real with you. If he get convicted of this crime, I'm sure it's gonna be people protesting the NFL.
Look how many people
hold on. You don't remember people backed away from the NFL when it came to the Colin Kaepernick thing. You don't remember that?
Some people fake backed away from it. I know niggas that was saying that shit online and watching football and
right.
They freaking out.
right. But people did back away because they lost revenue. Like it was fact that they was losing revenue. That's why they ended up hiring Jay-Z in order to quell the whole situation. They did lose. It was the black people. They did lose money because of the Colin Kaepernick boycott. They did.
No, it wasn't that black folks. It was white folks too. Cause I'm gonna tell you, bro, it's a lot. Contrary to popular belief, bro, it's a lot of white folk that don't like that shit, bro. They don't like when you fuck over black people. I done seen some white people. I be like, chill out, before you go to jail.
I think it was a lot of both in that situation. I know one of my aunties. She's a season ticket holder for the who play his shit, the Texans. And she didn't buy her season tickets for 2 years behind that shit.
Also, remember this: they have morality clauses. Like, not even it don't even got to be like these public figures. You could work at fucking Apple, and they have morality clauses. I'm gonna tell you one that I remember. If you ever saw that movie, the Social Network with the Facebook situation, you don't remember Sean Parker, the dude that invented Napster. Remember he got caught in the college with the underage girl snorting the powder, and that was the way that Mark Zuckerberg got his ass excommunicado from Facebook, because morally you got caught out there doing something morally wrong. Just like certain jobs, they watch your Facebook and all this type of shit. If you get caught out there, even with it, you ain't even got to get convicted. Just the just get accused of some of this shit. They can terminate you because of that.
Oh, absolutely. Haven't you seen how the uptick of people getting fired from the shit that they put on social media this past, I would say, 2 months? I have seen so many. Haven't you seen the uptick of people getting fired because of the shit that they have posted on social media? Some of it has nothing to do with their job. It was a lot of them that, they post in their work or whatever, but they ain't showing the company name. They ain't showing where they at. None of that. But it was a lot of people who weren't at work. They might have had their scrubs on, and because they have their scrubs on and they work at a hospital, they got caught up and got fired because of that shit. So you have to be careful with the social media shit. I promise you.
What I'm saying, but we still don't know. We just having a conversation, throwing it all out.
Oh yeah.
Nothing has happened to Joe Budden as of yet. But I still think he got himself in a no pun intended compromising situation.
Yeah, he's in a pickle, that's for sure.
It seems like every time something big about to happen, like the news waves get polluted with all of this other bullshit. Like Trump gets sworn in the office 2 days from now.
Yeah, and speaking of that, did you see that the judge just upheld Trump's convictions? The 10 of his convictions, but he's finna become the president. Like
he say he's not gonna get jail time though, so it'll probably just be to satisfy the people who just won't shut the fuck up so he can get reelected.
Yeah,
my thing is, how are we gonna have a fucking felon as a president though? Whether you go to jail or not, come the fuck on.
I'm telling you.
Come on. You won't let a felon vote, but you'll let one run the fucking country? Let's be real about some shit.
But see, that's a falsehood too, because a lot of felons can vote. It's certain stipulations. A lot of people they tell you that so nigga don't really go seek it. But I know some felons that can vote, bro. Like it's some felons after a certain amount of time you can have a gun.
But during that amount of time, you can't. That's what I'm saying. So during that amount of time that you can't. Technically, Trump shouldn't have been able to vote because he just got convicted of this shit. You a fucking convicted felon. You ain't even went to serving. You haven't been sentenced yet. So you shouldn't even been able to vote in the fucking election, but you're going to become the damn president? That's some bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, it
That's
kind of,
some bullshit.
but see, this how a lot of people look at it, especially a lot of people, not even just black. They look at it like, shit, I know a lot of good ass fellas. There's some good ass people.
I do too, but he ain't one of them. Let's be
Right.
real.
I
But
mean, this, this
ain't
just.
no politician no good person though. Like let's just be honest here. I don't care what nobody say. You
I
know,
agree with that.
people are trying to say Kamala good, but I done seen several accounts where she's broken up households and ruined lives, like
Oh,
on a literal sense.
I'm fuck Kamala all day. Trust and believe. The only reason I
So
even
none of
voted for her
them.
ass because I was choosing the lesser of two evils. Let's be real with some
Fact,
shit. I ain't want
fact,
her as president either.
I,
If I'm
fact,
being real about some shit, I really didn't. Because she
fact.
fake as fuck.
but
And
see,
like you
it
said,
wasn't more so Kamala. It's the Democratic Party. See people think people voted against her. They voted against the party. They made it
yeah,
about her because
It
she
was
was the face
both.
of the party.
It was
But
both.
we just
It was her and the party. It was both.
yeah. But
yeah.
I think more people were actually voting against her versus voting
Nigga, I'm
against the
gonna tell
party.
you, my mama messaged me the other day like, y'all better get hazmat mask and blah blah. She was scared as fuck. I'm like, oh, it's about to be a nuclear war, and I'm telling her like, ma, first of all, if it's a nuclear war, like ain't no help for nobody. We all go die. I say,
Mm-hmm.
secondly, ma, I don't know what Democrats you've been listening to, but they fear mongers, bro. Don't listen to their bullshit, bro. Like they just told you to panic, nigga, that Trump was Hitler. Then he got elected and they said everything gonna be all right, man. Just keep living and stay focused. Like, but it's people who really be scared as fuck because y'all, cause both sides will say some shit that's like hella exaggerated. Like that shit just that's not the benefit of the people. If you look up the definition of terrorism, you will understand what I'm talking about. Just go look up the actual definition of terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fucked no matter which way we went, as far as the
I
presidential
agree.
election, in my opinion.
I
But
agree.
like I said, there's a lesser of two evils when it comes to certain shit. Because look at you think shit high now. Wait until these tariffs go into place.
Yeah, but
Everything
most of the tariffs is
everything will
gonna
get
be most of the tariffs gonna be like okay, I don't care if an iPhone costs more. Like I don't give a fuck. That ain't a necessity. Like I don't care about tariffs on shit like that. Yeah, we need farmers to have the resources here, so we ain't getting a lot of this shit imported. Is the thing like that? That's what my mama was saying, like the tariffs and shit. But I was letting her know, like most of them tariffs is gonna go to like shit that we use for leisure, not like necessary necessities.
I don't give a fuck what it's for.
But
It's gonna cost me more, whether
it's
it's
still gonna bring the
a
right.
necessity or leisure. It's gonna cost me
Me
more.
more, right? It's still gonna bring
And
the
the
price
thing
up.
is, I get it with the manufacturing and shit, but we don't have the goddamn manufacturing facilities anymore because everybody overseas.
Right.
But
Fact.
hey,
So where the fuck
but
is you gonna produce all of this shit?
to that point, Trump been trying to bring the manufacturing over here, and they've been
Yeah,
telling
but
him no the whole time. He been
yeah,
trying. He been lobbying for that shit.
but ain't nobody coming back over here because they can get their products made for cheaper in other countries. Ain't nobody coming. And plus
No, listen. I'm saying, okay, so
and plus the tax.
devil's
What it is?
advocate,
What they
devil's
call
advocate.
what they call the tax when you got big business elsewhere, and the tax that they pay from over
Okay,
here, our taxes is the highest. For you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
okay.
So
So devil's advocate. I just look. This how I'm looking at it. All right, if you get rid of most of the illegal immigrants here, then there's less jobs that's being taken away from Americans. I don't care how you look at it. And the reason that he got mostly the Hispanic men vote, I work with these people that then got over here legally and did their thing and took the test and did it the right way. They trying to get away from these motherfuckers that they letting in. So okay, fast forward. If you ain't got the people over here stealing the jobs and you bringing the jobs to America where we manufacture it's making us rich now, we put tariffs on motherfuckers. But see, I think people hate the messenger so much that and the message be so colluded with bullshit that they never get the message. I
yeah,
try to look at the shit for what it is. You know,
yeah,
I don't because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I did not vote. I said that shit out because I don't want to be responsible for nothing that happened in the next 4 years. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm just
right,
gonna grind and do my thing. And if I feel like I want to vote the next 4 years, I do that. I don't
right,
have a requirement to vote. I have a right to vote. Our ancestors wasn't fighting because they wanted to pick the president. They was fighting because they wanted to be acknowledged as real people, so they can have certain taxes and stuff that voters have certain rights to things. Like it wasn't to pick who in control because they knew it don't matter who in control. We fuck.
right. But I'm saying ain't nobody coming back over. Ain't nobody coming back. Manufacturing is not coming back over here. I'm not finna work. I'm okay. So I'm an American. I'm not finna work and make no Nikes for no motherfucking $2 a day. But
Thank you.
you
That
get
shit
what I'm
ain't
saying?
happening.
That ain't
It's just
happening,
not
right?
happening.
And the executive
Even
ta- and the executive tax is higher. Is the highest over
Well,
here
see,
than anywhere.
I'm not talking more so about the material stuff. Like, cause at the end of the day, I tell myself it's stuff I want and it's stuff I need. I don't need that. I'm talking more as agriculture is what I'm speaking to.
Well, certain shit grow better in other places. You get what I'm saying?
right.
I mean,
Like
it do, but you can't create a greenhouse with certain. We got the technology to do it all. It's just that
yeah,
if the
it's not.
system if the system is not in place, it costs too much money to reconstruct the system.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. It's
Right.
not about the technology. It's not about having the ability to do it, the wherewithal to do it. It's about how much it costs to construct these places to do the shit, how much it
Right.
costs to get the equipment to do the shit. Knowing probably in the next 4 years, because he only got 4 years in office, let's be real, all
If
this
he
shit gonna be
live,
reversed.
if he
Because,
live.
If he live, thank you.
because
Because
the
I heard
biggest
the motherfucker can't even control his bowels and gotta wear a damn diaper.
because
So
you're right, T. You're right. Because the biggest Tesla factory is in China, and Elon is building the second, another one in China as we speak. You
So
know,
if Elon Musk, who's supposed to be a part of Trump's cabinet, is building another damn facility over in China and saying fuck this shit, even though
right?
this is
I'll be the
basically his
first to say
boss, right?
I don't like
Why would
Elon.
other people
Man, he
follow
never been
that shit?
likable to me. He never been
I mean,
likable.
I don't give a fuck about their attitudes. I'm just looking
But
at the
see,
business of what they doing. You
so
know
Facts.
what I
T,
mean?
you understand what I'm saying when I say
Oh yeah, I get
I
it.
didn't want to be a part of none of what go on for the next four
Oh
years.
yeah, I absolutely get it. I think I
Yeah.
vote more out of obligation because of how I was raised. Like
Yeah.
my family was very political. Like I said before, we used to all go vote together as a fucking
But they
family. You,
weaponized it this time. Like
yeah,
my
they
family, like they
have.
weaponized, like they made it to where they like you got to your family. People died for this. I'm like, nigga, what you mean I got to? Like I don't
Yeah,
have like I have a right to. I don't mean I have to. And
I
and
mean,
and, and when people even on both sides like, man, this and this, you don't care about this and this, nigga. I vote locally for one, and two, like, bro, you not about to make me feel like I got to do nothing. If I don't want to be a part of what's going on for the next 4 years, then guess what? You just not go complain.
Well,
oh
let's
yeah,
say
you have that right. You
let's
have
say
that
that.
right, and I'm not knocking you for that. You know,
Yeah.
but like I said, I feel like for me,
No, I understand why you
and
did
this
it.
necessary, this vote necessarily wasn't necessarily out of obligation, but I do feel that I was raised to believe that it is a obligation to vote because of all of the work my family did to get us the right to vote. Like, have I ever told y'all I'm related to Fannie Lou Hamer?
Who?
Fannie Lou Hamer.
Mm-mm. I
She
don't even know who
started
that is.
the uh, look. I know you done heard the quote. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, I heard that.
That
Oh,
that that that,
that gangster right there.
that's Fannie Lou Hamer. That's my people
Mm-hmm.
on my grandfather's maternal mother side. That's
Mm-hmm.
his family. She's a Hamer by birth. Fannie Lou married into the family, but shit, that's still family. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's like she ain't. That's the most well known and most publicly, known person in my family to be involved in politics and working for the right to vote and all that shit. She was in Mississippi while we was in Illinois and Indiana, but we were still doing the work up there. We were still going down to Mississippi on them damn buses and freedom rides and shit. So it's just like
And I'm
it's
from
been
Mississippi,
ingrained in me.
so I
It's
know
been
it's rich.
ingrained in me.
It's been
It's
ingrained in me too, but I just know that my generation is full of shit.
this is
They don't
true.
no, they don't have okay. Before the election, like 6 months a year, I get on the internet random and be like, what are political people? Like, y'all go wait for the election to start to act like y'all care and y'all give a fuck. And that's what it is, man. Like people don't really care about shit. They wait for the internet to tell them that they supposed to care.
Yeah, but
And then
I'm
it's
not
like
like that.
uproar. Like, but
Yeah,
we from Mississippi. Like, why we ain't came together? We know, man. Man, they brought a boy back to his family just the bones.
yeah,
And he called the police and said he was being followed. And he said who was following him. And
yeah,
he was hunted. Man,
yeah,
nigga ain't getting no justice. Now
yeah.
these niggas, they shot 5 people the other night. So you can get together and shoot up some shit. But these folks out here still killing us. I'm scared to walk up the street at night.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just my generation full of shit. It's only because the internet tell them they supposed to feel like that.
I want to go back to something that you hit on a little bit earlier though, Silk. What really done happen here is in order to make sure that whoever out the powers that be out get the outcome that they desire with the election, they don't went to rigging the candidates. The candidates is pretty much the same people. They just act like they just have small differences of policy or whatever, but they all really work for the same goddamn people, and that's what's happening here. No matter who you vote for, it's still listen. All of them take money from Wall Street. All of them take money from big business. So when it all boils down to it, they still gonna be with
somebody
the same
in their pocket.
Yeah, so, I mean, really, what they need to do is they need to take the special interest money out of politics, the lobbyist money. They need to take that shit out. That shit need to be regular Americans donating to these campaigns. But when you got like what's that? Special interest groups, foreign governments, and all these people that's ciphering money, super PACs, and all of this shit ciphering money into these elections, it make the candidate tainted. That's what's happening.
I agree.
For sure.
Now that's on fact, but I mean, you know, that's how it is. That's why even growing up, you can't take everything from everybody because everything ain't a gift.
That's the truth.
Just imagine you want to be president, but you don't got enough money. So here come Wall Street. Look what Elon Musk did with the Trump candidate presidency. He was paying people, paying motherfuckers. Know what I'm saying? To vote Republican, to vote for Trump. You see what I'm saying? This shit got to stop.
I don't like Elon Musk. I just don't like. He's not a likable guy to me. I don't think he's as smart as they say him. I think he educated. Like it's a difference between intelligence and being educated.
Man, let me tell you something. I did some research on Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a charlatan. Elon Musk ain't never invented nothing. Not nothing, period. All he did was took over companies that had already been formed by other people. He didn't start motherfucking SpaceX. It was two other guys that started SpaceX. He kicked the fucking guys out. He didn't even invent PayPal. He invented something else and then merged with PayPal and then kicked the owner out of the dude who invented PayPal. Kicked him out of PayPal. Listen. Elon Musk makes a lot of money. You know what he makes it on? He gets government contracts. That's what he makes money on. Listen, Tesla was damn near going out of business. If it wasn't for the government contracts that he got with SpaceX, his ass would have been out of business. It's all a sham. Elon Musk is he talk real good. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't. But
the fact that he owned Tesla, it speaks to a bigger picture. Because Nikola Tesla had all kind of technology and shit.
Right.
And the government was always at his neck about all type of shit. So it would just make sense that whoever run Tesla is tied to the government directly, which would make even more sense that it's not much of an uproar that he's on Trump cabinet for a position that he just created. Like, this is the new position. It's Elon Musk. Now, of course, the Democrats and stuff and people who don't support them, they saying shit, but you don't hear much of the rest of the political world condemning that idea.
Right. I'm gonna take it a little step further than that. You know where Elon them get his money from? They South African. His daddy owned fucking sapphire mines and diamond mines and shit like that. They made their money off the backs of Africans, blood diamonds and shit like that. That's where he got his money from. You know what I'm saying? Elon is South African. You get what I'm saying? Like he ain't pull himself up from the bootstraps and all of that. If I'm not mistaken, I think he fucking flunked out of one college or at least quit or some shit like that. He dropped out or something like that. But anyway, his money came from his father. Made his money off the backs of Africans, dog. That's where the money came from. He don't like to say. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. Elon's brother, wife or girlfriend or whatever came from Epstein. Epstein is the one who introduced Elon Musk's brother to his old lady. And I'm gonna tell you a step further than that. Melania Trump was introduced to Donald Trump through Epstein. A lot of people don't know this, but Epstein just wasn't facilitating these people with underage people in order to do their freaky
Nah,
deaky nasty shit.
he had a whole.
Right. He had adult women that he was setting up with powerful people, and these powerful people was marrying these women. I.e., Trump married Melania, and I think Elon Musk's brother, who still works for Elon Musk at Tesla and at SpaceX, his wife he was introduced to him through Epstein, and these women were, you know, who they were. They was workers. You know what I'm saying? They was workers, high class hoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the shit get deep now.
Man, I'm already knowing. I'll be trying not to go too far down the rabbit hole. I'll be like, regular life, nigga. Get back to
Yeah, I
regular.
just I just happened to be doing a little digging the other night, and I discovered that. Like,
No,
damn,
I go sometimes, but sometimes I'll be like, let me chill out, bro. This shit dead.
that'd be
It's
wild.
different. It's different when you do your own research and the dots start connecting.
Mm.
You know, it's one thing to watch a nigga make a video, but when you go do your own research and you putting it together yourself, you like, oh damn.
Yeah, that's why I don't go too deep down the rabbit holes either, because I get stuck in the bitches for months.
Yeah, because
So,
all these drones and shit, man, they like they about to fake an alien invasion, or is they about to?
right.
I don't know what they doing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. You see, I ain't even covered that yet because I can't even
I
figure it out.
left that shit alone because I'm
Yeah,
not getting ready to go down that rabbit hole.
I couldn't even figure it out. See, that's why I just left it alone. You see, I ain't covered it yet.
No, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. So my homegirl, she work at like a chemical lab type place, right? And I ain't heard from about 3 days. Now this my dog. I talk to her damn near every day. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, so she hit me back. She said, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, bro. Like we've been having high activity at the plant." She's like, first it was one drone one night, and it chased somebody. Like the drone chased somebody.
What?
Real shit. Then she's like, the next night. It was so many they couldn't even count. And the thing about a lot of these drones is they don't pick up on the radar. That's what make it so weird. But what make it more weird to me is that it ain't more government outrage. So it's like, are you in cahoots? Or are you trying to hide some shit? Or you just don't know and you like it's really weird, man. Like that they big drones, she say it's like 4 foot.
What you think going on with that? Cause I ain't gonna lie, I don't have the foggiest idea.
Me
Me
either,
either.
bro. That's why I actually got to go
I
this one.
don't have the foggiest idea what's going on
Me
with that shit.
either. That's why I ain't looked into the shit because I really don't want to know. Put it that way.
Right.
I don't.
I don't know. I just don't know. It really is just one of them weird things where I just don't know. I was like, I
Ain't it
don't.
kind of crazy how that shit that's coming like all all of a sudden? No, it's just like all over the news. And,
Cause I seen like the actual news press thing. I mean, when they was at the Congress or whatever the fuck, and
uh-huh.
they were talking about these UFOs live in the ocean.
I
Like,
seen some of that.
like they been saying like, nah, they been here the whole time type shit. And it make you think about the Bible when they was like, hey, yo, like everybody like they went to the depths of the whatever shit. I don't know the scripture. I'm high, but
Right. Right.
but that's weird though. And just think about it. We know more about space
Then we do the
allegedly
ocean.
than
Yep.
in the ocean.
Right.
Well, NASA started out exploring the ocean.
Ocean, that's a fact.
Something
That's a fact.
something scared their asses up out their water and they went up instead of down. I
Mm,
promise you. What it was,
mm.
don't know. They could have
Man, think
found the
about it.
Kraken, they could have found the Leviathan, they could have found anything down there, but they scared their asses enough where they left that fucking ocean alone and went to space.
Mm.
Yeah. Because think about it. Them folk went down there to that Titanic shit. That shit imploded. It
Yeah.
places deeper than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Marianas Trench is the deepest
Yeah.
part of the ocean. So,
And it be
I
all
don't
kind of
know.
weird animals coming out of that bit.
Fact. But
Yeah,
let's pull back for a second though. We finna have a goddamn felon as the president. That's just fucking insane though.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's strange times we living in, ain't it?
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm not
I'd be
against
ready
the.
for white folks to say something ghetto. I'd be like, man, your president a felon.
I'm not against the felon president because I mean, you know what I mean. Like maybe maybe it'll be somebody. you know, it's cool. You know what I mean? Because
We're hoping for the best, nigga.
right, but I'm saying like for this nigga that this nigga got 34 felonies. Listen, I don't got 34 felonies, and I was a career criminal. Listen, 34 felonies. I don't give a damn where you at in the United States. You supposed to be doing life. Do you know you could motherfucking have 34 petty thefts and be doing 20 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see how
You know
they
what I'm
did
saying?
Boosie? They got that nigga like 8 years for a second or first offense marijuana charge back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
how
mean,
this nigga?
I
Like
know
how this
people who are
work?
serving big time for fucking marijuana. Yeah, you might have had a big amount, but damn, you got more
34
time than a
felonies.
fucking murderer type shit. You know what I mean?
That's a
Shit's
slap in the face.
crazy.
That's a slap in the face to a lot of people that's doing
Boy.
hard time right now, dog.
But see, Mississippi and Louisiana, them folks still racing, bro. They go try to put the book on you. That's why every time in college I used to get caught with weed, I used to tell them college, man, I'm in nursing school, bro. I ain't gonna be able to be a nurse if I get caught with this, man. I can't have it on my record. Bitch, let me go.
That nigga got 34 felonies, dog.
I mean,
34.
still, you can't leave Texas out of that shit either because they will slam your ass too. I mean, shit, look at what
Yeah,
they fucking did to Lil Reese. Shit. They just
I
got
had
that nigga up in prison for 5 years.
nah, my lawyer definitely worked out because shit, when I had got hit down here, I had 7 warrants from like 5 different jails. And I picked up 2 new charges. I had a bunch of weed on me and failure to ID with fugitive intent. Cause I
Mm-mm-mm.
tried to act like I was my brother at first.
Right, right.
Man,
You
my
had a
lawyer,
good ass lawyer. That's all that was about. Trust
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
if you
yeah,
would have
you
had a
did.
fucking public defender, your ass would be in prison right now,
You'd have been
tuning in
cooked.
from your goddamn
Yeah,
at
cause I
least
ain't gonna lie.
iPhone.
I ain't never had that many like warrants at one time. Like that's a lot of warrants, bro.
man,
Right? What the
I
fuck was
went
you
on
doing?
tour. I went on tour, bro. I can tell,
Thelma
I tell you how
Louise.
the beds and the food is at every jail down here almost.
Damn,
Damn.
I
But the
can't tell
but
you shit.
but the bigger play was the reason I had so many warrants is because I came down here with a suspended license. I was fighting for the rights for my daughter, so it was like, am I gonna pay for these tickets or I'm gonna pay this lawyer so I can have my rights for my daughter?
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
I
remember
paid,
you telling us that before, so
yeah,
I understand.
I paid the lawyers. I was like, fuck this, but I ain't expect them new charges I got that night, man. And shit, and they got me the 6 months deferred probation. And shit, they dropped the marijuana charge.
Yeah.
You were blessed, my boy.
Yeah, yeah, thank God. And then
Yeah.
Yeah,
probation got extended to a year because I couldn't do the community service. But I told him because I stayed way out of the way, he let me donate 80 cans of green beans and 20 jars of peanut butter. And fuck it, I was out.
They,
shit.
they
I
let you
do
do
it.
what? They let you do what?
I donated 20 jars of peanut butter and 80 cans of green beans.
Look at there. God is good, ain't
Ain't it though? I'm telling
it?
you. Like, I ain't even joking when I'm saying that. Like, you were really blessed in that situation because I know people have gone down for less and gotten more. You know what I mean? So,
Hell yeah.
God was definitely on your side, bro.
Yeah, I think he was saving my life though, man. I was supposed to take a trip and I kept having dreams I'll go die in a car accident. So I be thinking like, man, he just saved my life.
It happens that way sometimes, I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. That's why I don't know. I be looking at people funny. They be like, they don't believe in no type of God. I be like, nah, you ain't gotta believe in mine, but you just think this shit a coincidence?
Bro,
Right. There's
I ain't
got
gonna
to be a
take I ain't
higher
gonna
power.
I ain't gonna tell you no lie. So I don't tell you, I don't had a good look at society, and I'm gonna tell you something. I don't give a fuck what people tell you. A lot of people don't believe in God, and you can tell by the way they behave. You feel what I'm saying? They don't think nobody up there watching. You know what I'm saying? Even when
Mm.
karma or whatever that, or even they get they comeuppance or shit come back their way, they still don't be believing that somebody up there watching. They just you know what I'm saying? You can just tell by the way things by the things that people do. We got preachers that motherfucking is lying, jackleg, robbing people. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even
I
just talking
never
about
looked
them.
at it. I never looked at it that way. That's a good point. But I am a nigga like I be like, damn, God
Cause
looking
if
at
they,
me.
cause if they believe that, cause if they believe, they'll be scared. They'll be like, man, that's shit. I can't. You know, just like how if you do
Yeah.
something, your mama and them might catch you or something. You'll be
But
like,
some
man, I
Hmm
don't do
yeah,
this shit. Cause mama gonna
yeah,
catch me, dog. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah. But see, man, you know, people be justifying all type of. They be like, "Well, God give you free will, and He know we go sin, and all of this bullshit." It's like no accountability.
None at all. None.
Yeah,
None.
because he does know, but that don't mean that it's right. You know what I mean? Your whole
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
life is written out in the book of life before you were ever twinkled in your mother's or father's eye. But just
Mm-hmm.
because he gives you free will, don't mean that you're supposed to choose the wrong damn option every time.
Right.
Like, damn,
Mhm. I agree.
man,
I
does
agree.
not give
Like
you the.
we can never be perfect, but the thing is to try to be a better person genuinely. And I ain't gonna lie,
That's it.
since I started trying to be a better person, life is pretty okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this too, and that's good. A lot of people don't even do that. They be so worried about getting they lick back and shit like that. They don't,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? They don't even
but
give
you
a
know
fuck.
what? That comes with age and maturity. When you realize getting your lick back really ain't that important. Let God
It
deal with
really
it.
ain't. It really ain't. I
Because
always looked at it like if I get my lick back, then that don't make me no better than them. That's how I look at it.
well, I ain't even gonna lie. I
Yeah,
used to definitely be one of them. I'm getting my lick back type people. Like you ain't gonna fuck me over without me fucking you over 5 times worse. But
yeah, I agree
as
with
like I
Marita
said, age
because
and maturity.
yep, I agree. Because I tell people like, don't say you cheated because this person cheated. You cheated because you wanted to and you needed a reason to. Because if
Exactly.
you got morals, you not gonna compromise your morals to
Right,
get back at somebody.
right,
'Cause
'Cause I
yeah,
can snitch on people I don't like right now and they'll go to jail. You think
right.
I'm gonna snitch on somebody like what the fuck? That go against my moral code. Like I'd be
Right.
like, yeah, this where his house at. This where you keep the bricks. Yeah, this person associated.
Mhm.
This person be selling for him. He tried it. Like nigga could do that, but why would you do that? Because it go against your
hmm
morals. Like, and some
hmm
people don't have morals. Like they'll do anything to win and to be on top.
Facts, facts. But
yeah.
that shit always come back on them, just like I.e. Puff Daddy. But let me tell you what just happened to me just recently, because this story kind of coincided to that. Recently just happened. So I got a partner who, well, a former homeboy who left Orlando and he went to California maybe 10 years ago, right? Now it's it's reasons why he left or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was on his ass, but he ended up leaving and moving to Cali, right? So what he does now is he goes live on Facebook and he sells out everybody from Orlando that we all know. I'm talking about everybody, some of his close. He wasn't exactly in my crew, but I do know, I do. He was right down the street, and I do know him, and I do know the people that was in his crew. He done went on Facebook and he done talked all kind of shit about everybody that he can think of, who slept with who gay, who got beat up, who he beat up, and this and that, to the point to where everybody on my Facebook, or majority of people on my Facebook that's in my little group in Orlando on Facebook, they don't like him. They done came out and talked against him, this and that, right? So he said something about me, probably about a month ago, right? So I went off on him. I
I
went off on
remember.
him.
I remember. I be on Facebook. I remember. I
Right.
remember.
I did the video on him, right? So
Yeah,
I didn't go back.
he gay. Why he ain't talk about the people he turned gay?
Right. So I just left it. I said what I had to say. I felt like I said enough in one thing and I ain't say nothing else. But he kept trying to get me to go back and forth with it. He like, man, come on the live with me. And I'm like, man, I ain't got he on my inbox. I'm telling him like, bro, listen, I done said all I had to say. I'm done with it. I'm just telling you what you got going on. I'm telling you that shit ain't cool what you doing. You know what I mean? We don't give a damn who gay and all of this shit. These people grown. You know what I'm saying? You wail in California and you talk about these people. You ain't been here in 10 years. You talking about all these people. A lot of these people done grew up. They got women. They got businesses. They got children. They doing well for themselves. Who cares whether you beat them up when you was 5? Don't nobody give a damn about that shit. So anyway, tell you what happened to him, right? So he went ghost off Facebook. Nobody know what happened to him. Nobody know what happened to him. So then people started him in my inbox sending me um the police thing saying that he went to jail for child abuse with great bodily harm, um, or death, right? So still people knew he was in jail for child abuse, but they didn't know the story. Just 3 days ago, one of my partners hit me up and told me the story. Guess what happened to this guy? He fucked around and left some drugs out, and his 6-year-old son got a hold to the drugs, swallowed the drugs, and died. He's now in a California prison for the death of his child. And this just happened.
Mm.
And I
Damn.
don't wish, and I don't wish that on nobody. Like I feel
Yeah,
for
that's
him in
it.
that situation. But I'm just saying the karma is a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, and sometimes karma don't come back on you; it come back on your
Coming on your
kids.
children. That's what I'm saying. So right now, like, and I ain't made no post about it because I'm not, because I would never do that. Like, I mean, he lost
Yeah,
a
you don't
kid.
feel good about that. It's just
Right,
like the situation with my daughter, mom. I don't feel good about.
right. But I'm just saying, like, people got to be cognizant. Like they be out here talking all this shit and being nasty to people, and you gotta understand that karma just gonna come back to you, man. That come back on your children, your loved ones, and all. Now, can you imagine him sitting inside of a California jail right now, going through it, that he done that through a mistake, an accident, that he done lost his child, and that he's in jail for. He got $100,000 bond that he's in jail
Mm.
for. Well, listen, I go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, like I'm just saying, I can imagine, like, God damn. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that just hurt my heart. Damn, for
Yeah,
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
yeah.
man. It's been a lot of sad stuff going on in my hometown. There was a storm. 17, 18-year-old cheerleading captain. I'm talking about everybody love this little girl. I ain't even know her. Like tree fell through the house and crushed her, bro. Killed her, bro.
I
I ain't
saw
never seen.
that.
I never seen my city come up with 90 bands, 100 bands so quick. I was like, boy, shit. We got power, bro. Like,
So a tree fell through the house.
yeah,
Dang.
yeah. Then there been
Okay,
people
well,
died. And my
I know
auntie
where you
died.
from now
The,
because I saw that. Okay.
my, my auntie died the other day. I'm talking about it's been a wild ride for your
Oh,
boy.
Damn, my
my
condolences, bro.
condolences, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
she died the night my son was born. Type
Mm,
shit. Yeah,
damn.
Well, congratulations on your son.
appreciate that.
Oh, you just had a kid? You just had a kid?
Yeah, on
Oh, well,
23rd.
boy, we know what you've been doing, boy.
Hey, practice make perfect.
Yeah, we know what you've been doing. So this your first son.
Yeah.
Oh, you happy. You
Oh,
happy. You happy. You happy. Listen, let me tell you something as a man. Boy, it ain't nothing like having you a boy. It ain't nothing like having you a boy, dog. I know we love the girls, they are soft spot and everything that, but that boy,
Well, we already be bonded. He'll just sit there and chill and look at me and he be smiling like I ain't gonna lie, look, he came on the 23rd though, man. Mm.
yeah,
that's my godmama birthday. Good
that's
people
what's
born on the
that's
23rd.
what's up, man. That's what's up. Congratulations, dog.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. I'm happy
Yeah.
for you with that, for sure.
And I got my daughter full time, her
Yeah,
mama
Oh, congratulations on that too, then.
yeah, her mama
You know,
developed a very bad problem and I had to
yeah.
take
It's
them.
all
I'm
good, man.
sorry for that, but
It's
I'm
all
glad you're in a position where you're able to step in and take her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, so that's why I kind of been like in and out lately. I just
Hmm.
been
yeah.
just trying to give the necessary attention to where it need to be.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
we
right.
all have shit going on. I went through a span where I lost three people back to back. I was at a funeral and got a call about somebody else dying. So
And
shit
Yeah,
happens.
well, I ain't told nobody this, but shit, my brother, my daddy got a son that's older than all of us. Like he had a son that he had before he got married. And my brother called me on Facebook the other day, and I'm just talking, and I hadn't talked to my brother in years, man. I'm talking about shit, man, maybe about 10 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he'll be in jail. Sometimes he used to be on drugs real bad and shit like that. But, sometimes he'll get his shit together and then he'll relapse shit like that. So he just like be in and out of prison and shit like that. So he hit me up the other day on Facebook and shit. I accepted a friend request and he called me through Facebook. So me and him just talking and we talking. He telling me he want to come and see my daddy and shit like that. And I'm telling him my daddy got cancer and shit like that. So me and him setting up something for him to come see my daddy because he lived right up the street here in Ocala, probably about an hour up the road. So we talking and he just say, "Yeah, Mike, you know, shit, I ain't got that much longer neither." I say, "What?" I
damn.
said, "What?" I say, bro, we've been talking on the phone for 45 minutes. And you just not telling me. You say, "Yeah, man, my heart working at 12%. I done been in and out of the hospital." And he said it came from when he was out there doing drugs real bad. It made damage to his heart. So he said he
Mm,
need a heart transplant, and he don't think he gonna get one. So me and him been trying to set up where he can come, and me and him and my children and stuff, we
Mhm.
go see my
Bad,
dad,
bro.
go see my dad and shit, cause my dad in bad shape too. So you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, damn, my brother finna die too, cause you know what I'm saying. So me and him been talking here and there, you know what I mean, FaceTiming and stuff like that. There, you know what I'm saying, cause cause he in bad shape too.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry to
My
hear that. I'm
prayers go
definitely
out
gonna be
for you.
praying. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I
I
definitely
hope
had that on
everything.
my list.
Yeah, I hope everything be peaceful. I be like, damn, like, yeah, and
Yeah,
that's cool. And see that, we still finding our heart to not be dicks, asshole, give people the benefit of the doubt, try to be good to people, not fuck over people. And it's just crazy, like how the world is. It's like, man, you gotta be
yeah.
strong. That's why I say, like, waking up every day, like, and being functional and being the person you thrive to be, bro. Like, that ain't no easy task.
No,
It's
it's
Yeah.
not.
so There's so many obstacles.
That's
It's
why.
so much you got to be aware of. There's so much like that could possibly go wrong. Like,
And that's what I'm saying. And I swear, I don't know how I got this way, but I think after my brother died when I was like 14, my brother got killed. But ever since then, I'm not a take nothing for granted type person. I hug my children. I tell them I love them. You know, my children told me not too long ago. My son and my daughter. Now they done lost their mama. They only got me. You know, they told me they're like, Dad. You know, we really ain't with all that huggy shit. Well, they ain't say it like that, but they was like, we really ain't with all the huggy stuff. Like, my mama didn't really hug us or not. I say, listen, man, I don't give a damn whether y'all mama hugged y'all or not. I'm gonna hug you. I'm gonna tell you I love you because I understand in the grand scheme of things, nothing's promised. This could be the last time that I see you. This could be the
you
last time that you can see me. And I'm gonna tell you a lot. I notice a lot of people live that way. A lot of people get so caught up in life, so they don't realize that it could be all over in a blink of an eye. It's like until it happens to them, they
it's
don't
not
really think
real.
about it.
It's
Yeah.
not real. Not until it hit close to home.
Man,
And
I
then
think
when
about
Yeah.
it hit,
that shit every day,
and that's
every
why
second.
people spiral though, because they don't have that self awareness. So when things happen to them, it feel like it's just them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't feel like people go through this. Because I
Yeah.
was crying up. I was at my granddaddy's 90th birthday, and I was crying thinking about my grandma and granddaddy. And the older lady came, she's like, look, you gotta think about it. Like, they had to watch the people they love die too.
Right.
And I never thought of it like that. Like, we all gotta watch the people we love die, no matter how
Hmm.
Yeah.
old it is.
I just realized that no matter what relationship that you have with anybody in this world, that is all gonna end in sadness one day because we all die. And so
Absolutely.
And so when I'm talking to somebody or when I'm visiting with somebody, I'm always thinking of that. I swear to God, like listen, anywhere I go, even in the hood, even with the homies in the hood, I swear I'm the most upbeat, laughing person. That's why everybody like me. Because when I'm around them, I'm talking, I'm like, bro, remember that time this and remember that time that. The reason
You
why
come
I'm
with
doing
love.
yeah,
You
and the
come
reason
with
why I'm
love.
doing that is so that all of my homeboys have an intimate relationship with me. They'll be like, okay, yeah, I remember this time piece. Sometimes I don't even remember till I say it. And then and really what that does is that let them know, like, you know, I understand, we bond, like we got a bond. So one day when I'm not here or you not here, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Now
saying?
Trust
that
me, I understand. Yesterday was my grandfather and my his twin sister, so my great aunt. It would have been their 94th birthday. And when I tell you all day, I was thinking about all of the great times I had with both of them because them twins was close, baby. When I tell you, you didn't see one without the other. Like they got married on the same day. Like they was close as hell. So I had an intimate relationship with, I call my granddaddy daddy. That's the man who raised me.
Mm-hmm.
And my auntie Edna was always around. Like I had a very close, intimate relationship with her too. So to piggyback on what she's saying about being gone and having an intimate relationship with somebody and how they think of you after you're gone. Man, it's amazing how many memories was coming up for me yesterday. Like
Right.
shit that I hadn't thought about in 40 years. You know what I mean? Like but it was all good. It wasn't like I was thinking about them and being sad that they were gone. I was thinking about them and being happy that I spent the time with them that I did while they were here.
yeah, it do matter. All of that do matter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a blessing though to even be able to have the memories because a lot of people they record it, they don't live it, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just be want to
I'm
live it.
bad about taking pictures when I'm with my family. And I told Marita this Thanksgiving, I was like, I need to take pictures while I'm there because I never do. Like, I'll be with my family for a whole week and they took a single picture because I live in the moment. I'm not
Yeah,
thinking about picking up my phone to pick, to
I
take a
want
picture.
to.
Shit, we on the damn floor laughing and rolling about some shit that happened when we was kids. I ain't thinking about no damn phone. So
Yeah, I want the
it
memory.
doesn't matter to me as far
Yeah.
as the pictures. I got the shit in my
Mhm.
head. You
Hold
know what
on.
I mean?
I want to stop you real quick, see, because just yesterday I was watching the last Terminator movie on TNT. I was watching. I had never seen it, and I was watching it. And the lady who was John Connor mama, she said that she didn't take no pictures of John because she didn't want the Terminators to know what he looked like. And then the byproduct of that is she was now forgetting what he looked like because she didn't have no pictures of him. And it made me think about people who don't take pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it made me think about my mama because I only got two, maybe three pictures of my mom. I got two on when she was in the hospital, and I got one on when she was, she was okay when she was with my children. But she got some very beautiful pictures that my auntie and them got, but I don't know what happened to them. And I would just say, take pictures, man. Take pictures so that people can remember you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Remember
not
your
saying that
beauty.
the pictures ain't out there. I'm saying I don't have them.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, I've got a fucking photographer literally in the family. Whenever he come around,
Yeah.
everybody got 50 million pictures of every event because that's all he do while he there. He don't even get a chance to enjoy the fucking event because he taking pictures of everybody. So there
Hmm.
are plenty of pictures. I just don't take them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take them,
So
dog.
when
Take
I
them.
do
I ain't
come
gonna
home,
lie.
I can call and be like, hey, calling my cousin, hey, Tiff, send me them pictures that you took while I was there for whatever event or whatever. And I'll get
Listen,
them. I just don't take them.
listen. That was even part. Listen. And this was even part of the reason why I started rapping, and even part of the reason why I do this podcast because when I rapped and did videos and all that, I realized that my voice would be here forever. Also, even with
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
podcast, this shit here be forever as long as YouTube around. So my children, you guys, y'all, I got 700, almost 800 some videos. My children or whoever can come back even after I'm gone and hear my voice and hear me speak on certain things and know how I felt about certain things. It's
Yeah,
almost like a
that's a
time
fact.
capsule for me. Yeah.
That's a fact. I sure tell people that's the beauty in it. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the beauty in it. Like you live forever in that way.
You
Yo,
live forever,
because
right?
because because I'm always remember you.
Right. Thank you, bro. I'm always remember you.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Maria, you
Both
my
of
guy.
them.
And then not
My
only
guy.
that, like you can hear my voice. Like I don't got nothing where I can hear my mama voice. I got two
I
quick
don't even
pictures.
remember my daddy voice. I was
That's what I'm.
5. You know what I'm
That's what I'm.
saying? And that
That's
be
what I'm
bothering
saying.
me. I be like, I
And I'm
wonder how that
blessed
nigga
in
used to
that
talk.
manner because, like, my grandparents had what you call it, a camcorder back in the day. Like, my uncle was very tech savvy, so he liked all of the electronic toys. So he bought a camcorder for my grandparents when I was shit. I was a little girl, but I have all of these damn videotapes of my family because my mom is the last one of her family of origin that's still alive. All of her brothers, her sister, her parents, all of them gone. But I can go back to those videotapes and I can still hear everybody's voice. Like I can still see them in motion. That is one of those
That's a
tapes.
blessing.
Baby, when I tell you we have storms and shit and we have to evacuate, that's what I grab. Fuck everything else. All this other shit can be replaced. But those
Right.
can't.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
man.
what I get. Those are some of my most valued, treasured items ever because that's a living record of my family.
Facts.
So I love that. I love that, my uncle had the forethought even back in the damn early 80s to get a damn video camera and record this shit. Because it's not just my immediate family or my mama's immediate family on there, it's extended family. My auntie that just passed away, I just watched the tape the other day with her on it. Didn't know she was on it, but she was. So I got to see her. And these are the memories that I have of how I pictured them in my head when I was younger, and I get to
Hmm.
see it
Yeah, that's why
live in living color. That shit is dope. I love it.
some funerals I'm like mad I went to because I some of them I just wish I just would have remembered them how I remember them. And
Hmm.
it's like, I hate remembering certain people in their casket because it just don't, it's not that person. Like, I don't know. It'd be weird for me, man. I've been to too many funerals, man. I've been to way
Me
more
too.
funerals than weddings.
I
Me
never,
too.
I never been to a wedding. I definitely been to more funerals than weddings. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, boy.
No, I've been to a lot of both, but I've definitely been to way more funerals than
Mm,
I've ever been to weddings. That's for sure, and that's sad, but
Mm.
that's a fact of it.
Yeah, and it be hard. Like my children, I understand they're young and they be living their young people life, but I be trying to get them to understand, like, like we got to cherish each other. You know what I'm saying? Like while we here, because you know what I'm saying. And because young people, they get caught up and they think they're gonna be here forever as well. You know what I'm saying? But until you know what I'm saying, and it's a natural thing to happen with young
it's a
people.
psychology thing. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, it's a natural thing with young people, but
Yeah.
I be trying to make sure that they understand, like, listen, man, we got to be here for each other. We got to love each other. We got to cherish each other. Like, we can't be going all these, like right now, I ain't spoke to my daughter, and she in the same city as me. I ain't spoke to my daughter, like, I think since Thanksgiving. Yeah, since Thanksgiving. And we got to,
Oh
like,
no, home girl, you
yeah,
got to do better than that.
that's what I'm saying. And I be
I
telling
wish
her,
my daddy was here for me to talk to.
that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah,
listen,
for sure.
we in the same city. Like we a couple miles away. Like
Oh baby, I be at my daddy house every day. He gets his
bro,
week.
and I done
What's
told
your
her,
sister?
and I done told her, but I realized that they young, and it ain't that she don't love me. It's just that they so busy living their young people lives that they think that they take everything for granted. They take it for granted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Until something bad happens, they don't really realize it. You know what I mean? They don't really think, oh yeah, we gonna die or this and that. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Mm,
oh yeah,
mm.
I understand, but I'm glad I've never thought that way.
me neither.
Like,
Me neither.
I always cherish the time, and particularly with my elders. Like
Shit,
now, my peers,
I,
I
I,
can see y'all niggas whenever. But my elders, baby, I was always around them.
I hear
Always.
I hear both of y'all. I have always cherished the moment in time. That's why I be telling the girl, it ain't that I'm trying to make you smash on the first night. It's just like shit. I ain't nothing promised. What's up?
Here you go with this shit. Now we being all sentimental and shit,
I'm
and then
for
Right.
you come bringing sex to the conversation.
but it's
Boy,
the
I
same.
tell you,
But I care about the women I sleep with. Come on, let's
I
not.
hope you do.
So it ain't like, and I ain't no stingy lover. So I ain't, it ain't like I'm just taking away from the situation. But if we talking about cherishing the moment and the time and not taking nothing for granted, it's like,
You cherish that too. Shit. All right,
yeah,
I feel you.
straight
Well,
up.
well,
That's
listen, sis.
that's a release from all the stuff y'all was talking
I,
about.
I,
Hmm.
I hear you. I hear you, man. I hear you.
I feel come in. I feel you.
But yeah, yeah. Oh, and I'm back to what you were saying, Tanel. So I'm the same like you. I'm the one person in my family. Well, I ain't gonna say the one, but I'm one of the ones in my family that I connect with the elders. Like I know about my auntie, my granddad. Well, I ain't gonna say my granddad because I ain't know nothing, but like my aunties, my grandmama. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm the one. I feel like I'm one of the people in the family that is a connection to the elders. Like it's not everybody like that. Like my sister and them on my mama's side, she don't really connect with my mama and them side. You know what I mean? Like she don't really know my mama and them side of the family like that. She know my auntie and them, but she don't really know a lot of them. I know everybody. Everybody. I'm the one that everybody gonna come to talk to. Everybody gonna come connect to, and that's me on probably both sides. Now, my sister on my daddy's side, she like that as well. But I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, I go talk to the elders. I ask them about the olden days. I ask them about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really was one of the young ones that hung around the elders to know who they were, what they did,
Mm-hmm.
how they lived, where they came
Mm-hmm.
from, how many,
Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I have it in my memory because it just interests me. I just want to know the life y'all live, where you came from, and this and that
exactly.
there. You know what I'm saying? And where I came
Exactly.
from, and you get what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
yeah.
And that's why I'm everybody's favorite niece. I ain't
Yeah.
saying it to brag, but it's the reason why I am because I took the time to get to know them as a person outside of just going to the family reunion.
Right.
Hell no, especially when I was living up in Northwest Indiana. Everybody around the corner. Why wouldn't I just stop by the house? Shit, I'm riding by it anyway. I see your car there. I know you don't mind me stopping by for a minute just to see how you doing, and that's what I'm gonna do because that's just how my family is. Everybody have an open door policy. You know what I mean? So I was the one that would do that. And I remember one of my grandfather's older sisters. Was she the oldest? No, she was the second oldest sister. But anyway, no, she was the oldest sister. My aunt Christine. She was passing away of pancreatic cancer.
Mm.
And I had moved back to Houston at this point, but my cousin Jewel had passed away. So I went back up there for the funeral. And I wasn't even here a month before Jewel died. But anyway, I went to go see Aunt Christine because I knew it was probably going to be the last time I saw her alive. And it was. And she told me, she said, you know what? You moved all the way to Texas and you come up here for 2 days and you still managed to find your way over here to see me. And I got nieces that live up the street that ain't been here to see me the whole time I was sick. And that
Damn.
kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I'm like, damn, y'all right here and not taking care of and checking on and being there for your family. But we all about love. We all so close. We do this. No, when the chips fall, y'all niggas don't do shit.
Look,
Y'all
my
not, it's a fucking facade. Let's call a spade a spade. Y'all ain't doing what y'all claim y'all do for family.
look,
So she was like, that's why you my favorite niece out of all of them. The nieces, the great nieces, and the great nieces. You my favorite because you always have made sure you made your way around and checked on everybody. I was like, I just love y'all. What can I say? And that's why we love you too. And so it's important. And it's important to them. It ain't just about us. It makes them feel good
yeah, no,
to know that somebody is interested in them as a person, not just being a auntie. But who were you before you was my aunt? You know what I mean?
yeah. But before you get back to the real topic, that reminded me. Okay, so I had a great grandmother, right? I never really like knew her like that because my daddy got killed when I was 5, and his daddy was always locked up. So my friends started working at this place in high school, like helping the old people, and two of my homegirls just be like, "This lady say she your grandmama," and she said, "Nah." I was like, "I don't know who that is," and she's like, "Well, she knows stuff about you." I'm like, "Well, everybody knows stuff about me." Because everybody knew it was a small town. Everybody knew the stuff that was going down. So I never knew it was my real grandmother. So when she actually got sick and family reached out, it was her the whole time.
Damn.
And bruh, she was just so full of life, everything. And she ended up dying like the week before I went to college or something like that. So like the day I went to college was the day we buried her. But it just be crazy. Yeah, it made me like, damn, like I just loved her so much in that short time. Just she is so genuine. Like she asked who I was or whatever, but and when every time I tell her who I was, she be like, she'll talk about my dad. She like, yeah, your daddy went out there and got himself killed. Every time she'll say that, it just be stuck in them old folks' head. Like
Mm-hmm.
mind you, every time your daddy went out there and got himself killed. But
But you didn't. But you didn't know she was your grandmama because of the disconnect, like with the family,
yeah,
with that side of the family.
no, I didn't, and I thought she was
Damn.
crazy. I thought my friends were saying this shit. Like I'm like, "Hey, this lady crazy," because everybody knew the stories, everybody knew everything. So I was like, they could be anybody just saying some shit. Like, and
Right.
I ain't never know the last name to connect the last name. And then I met her, and it was when she was really sick and in out the hospital. And it's like, dang, like that was like I was like I needed that in my life longer. And it's like, damn,
Yeah, I could feel you on that, dog. And
Yeah.
I like to meet people that I didn't know was related to me, but they end up related to me. Like I like that shit. I like family reunions. I like that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm the family member. I know how to deal with everybody. Like you could be a drunk, you could be a crackhead, you could be a school teacher. I'm the one family member I know how to deal with everybody in the family. You get what I'm saying? Like you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
you know.
I
I
know how to
know.
maneuver.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you because I'm like
I
that too.
don't think that's because
I can meet you on your level, shit, and we gonna
Right,
have a good time
right.
while we together.
Why
That's
are we
because you don't
together?
Yeah,
take
Right.
nothing personal. That's because you don't take nothing personal. People take everything so personal, and they be just willing to hold grudges, or like you were saying earlier, get they lick back and this and that. It be like, the end of the day, man, we family. Like if anybody come over here and try to fuck with you, I'ma kill them.
I
So
think that's what it be too, Steph.
what we mad? What we mad at each other for?
Yeah,
yeah. And
I
even when
think that
I
I
am
think
mad
what
at
it is.
family, it's like I can beat your ass, but I wish somebody else would type shit. You know
Right,
what I mean?
Mhm.
right.
Nah, we can have our differences, but when it comes to an outsider, we stand together,
Yeah.
and
So
that's how I
and
was
it,
raised.
and that's why we just better to just agree to disagree. Because if anybody play with any of us, all that shit out the window. So if we go throw it out the window for some bullshit, let's throw it out the window for some real shit.
That's for real now. That's for real.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way, dog. I'm the same way. I just when I be with my, especially when I'm with my family. You know what I mean? I do it with my friends too, associates or whatever. But when I'm with my family, especially like we're in a family atmosphere, like having Thanksgiving or maybe like a family reunion or something, I just be loving them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like I could just sit there with my plate and I could watch my crackhead cousin
Yeah,
with
yeah.
his sister and she ain't a crackhead, but he is. And I can watch my crackhead cousin, and I could and he hug him, and I just be watching. I be like, that's my cousin. That's my cousin Peanut. Now one day my cousin ain't gonna be here, so what I do is I go hug my cousin, take pictures with my cousin,
So
and
give him $4.
yeah, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir, yes, sir.
I got memories with my cousin. I don't give a fuck what he got going on. That's my cousin. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, for
Exactly.
sure.
That's how I've always felt
And
about
I
my
ain't gonna
family. I
lie,
ain't getting shit.
all of the addicts in my family have always shown me genuine love, has always reached out, have always said I'm one of the only people that like unconditionally like with them. And I'm like, bro, like I understand that this shit is a sickness. I'm not
Right,
about to, I know if you could control it and you want to, you would.
right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't judge. I'm the same way. I don't judge. Like I don't. I even got homies that's on drugs and shit, and when they come around me, I don't even see it. Like you know what I mean? Like because I realize that it's a bit of shame that come with that, and them people don't want like they want to escape that for a while. You know, they inside their own mind. They see me and they see themselves, and they be looking like they probably in their mind like, damn. Like, bro, look good, but I'm fucked up or whatever. So I be want to alleviate them from that shame. Like you don't gotta feel shame around me, my nigga. I'm not gonna bring up. I can see the drug abuse
But
on you.
sometimes But sometimes they don't be ashamed about that. That's just
Right.
like Juice World people say they didn't know this nigga was popping 7 or more perks a day, perk
Yeah.
30s a day. They didn't know that. They like he'll
Yeah.
try to like hide it and keep it a secret and shit. They say that nigga say I go to rehab, but I ain't stopping. I'm only trying to lower my tolerance. Man, he was an addict.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When I saw that documentary on Juice World, it tugged at my heartstrings because
I
I
gotta
didn't.
watch it. Don't. I said I was gonna watch it today. Don't do it.
You never watched it? Oh man, that
No,
you got to watch that, man. You
What
it's like
platform is it on? Because I haven't seen it either.
I
I
think it's
can't
on HBO.
I can't remember, but let
Okay.
me tell you something. Listen, when you watch that documentary on Juice World, first one thing it do it lets you know the amount of genius that this boy had. This boy was
Mhm.
special. I wasn't like all in the Juice World before he died. You feel what I'm saying? But once I saw that documentary, I was like, oh my God, this dude was fucking really special. Like I see what they was talking about. And then when I saw the drug abuse on the documentary, I was like, damn, why didn't somebody stop him? Like nobody stopped him. They all enabled him to just to continue to do that shit. Like, and this man was like you say, he was taking 7 or 6. He was taking more pills than that.
He'll take about 10. He like because the day he did say, I think I'm 7. And I'm just gonna say 7, but it could have been more. I'm like, nigga, like,
Damn.
and that reminded me of when them Xanax bars took over. Man, my homie will be on about 10. Them bitches at one time. That nigga
At
dead, right?
once?
Yeah, he was like that. He was like that. He was bad on them like that. But when I'm gonna tell you something, but when you talk about genius, as far as like musical genius, man, he had it. Like I didn't realize he had it like that until I saw the document. I was like, damn, I wish he was alive. Like I swear to God, it made me feel a way. I'm like, damn, I wish he was alive. Like this dude was special. Real shit. Juice World was special. Real shit. Y'all should go see it. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna have to
I'm
watch
gonna
it later on then.
watch.
You was special. All right, let's switch. Let's talk about these other nasty these other nasty men that I done came across. Shout out to my boy SLK. SLK hit me on Instagram and tag and showed me this. I didn't see this at all. And it's saying that the CEOs of Abercrombie and Finch caught in a sex trafficking ring. It's a letter from former Abercrombie and Finch CEO Mike Jeffries' legal team filed this week claims that he may not be fit to stand trial in its ongoing sex trafficking case due to an alleged diagnosis of late onset Alzheimer's disease and dementia. The document filed in New York Review by NPR details how 80-year-old Jeffries underwent an in-depth neuropsychological evaluation in October after his authorities, Brian Bieber began noticing a questionable level of attentiveness, focus, competency, and understanding of the legal and factual issues. Jeffries was arrested. Hold on. Jeffrey was arrested in October as part of a federal investigation into a sex trafficking and interstate prostitution case that spans years of alleged abuse. From 2008 to 2015, it came 1 year after bombshell allegations emerged in which 8 men accused Jeffrey and his inner circle of sexually exploiting them at lavish parties around the world. Jeffrey was taken into custody in West Palm Beach and was brought to New York for arraignment, where he and two accomplices were faced with 1 count of sex trafficking and 15 counts of interstate prostitution. The other 2 men are Matthew Smith Jeffries, longtime romantic partner who alleged attended the party with Jeffrey, and James Jacobson, who allegedly recruited victims and acted as a middleman in arranging sex events. Prosecutors allege the drug-fueled sex parties were often tied to the lure of prospective modeling opportunities for young men drawn to one of the biggest clothing brands in America at the time. The extent of the allegations, which include hundreds and thousands of dollars spent on a secret staff to run these events and keep alleged victims quiet, call for the state of New York to request that Jeffries be held on a $10 million bond. But according to the results of its evaluations detailed in the letter this week, the controversial retailer magnate is suffering from neurological deficit, which a diagnosis of dementia and behavioral disturbance, late onset Alzheimer's disease, and Lewy body. I don't know what the fuck that is. Lewy body dementia. Um, but anyway, y'all see what this shit about, dog. You see it? Look at this dude, dog. Like that motherfucker look like his face don't even go on his face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he looked like he's a victim of that. You remember the movie Face Off?
Yeah.
When they switched the face, that looked like what happened to him.
I shout out to SLK. He hit me up with this. He was like, "Man, how come ain't nobody talk about this?" So, I'm talking about it because the SLK brought it to my attention. But it just really just showing us that it's a lot of still freaky deaky shit like be going on. You feel what I'm saying? I done came to realize this too. Well, I done came to believe this too. A lot of these, some of these children and people that be trafficked, that shit, they be being trafficked by them rich people, don't they, dog?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because them rich people, they got access to be weirdos.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they can hide them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
just imagine a little Latino child gets abducted from crossing the border, and then she get smuggled, and then she gets sold to a rich freak, rich nasty person. They can hide them. They can move them around different places. They can hide them in certain places all in the country, and like do these weird nasty shit to them. You know what I'm saying? So P,
Absolutely, and that's how that shit be going most of the time.
so P did it
feel
ain't the
like
only one.
Hell no.
I feel like
Hell
a
no.
lot of these Hollywood movies and screenplays and all this stuff, it just exposed the fact that y'all nigga be thinking weird a lot of the time. So if y'all got the money and access, I don't put it past them.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too. Y'all do y'all remember ABERCROMBIE and FITCH the clothes? Them motherfuckers be tighter
Was
than a
tight as
motherfucker, don't
hell.
man,
Yeah,
them
Yeah.
motherfuckers be tighter. I could never wear them because they be so tight.
they weren't made for
Mhm.
us to wear.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest, they were not
You'll have
made
to
for
get
us.
a triple XL.
And your regular size is a fucking medium in order to
Right.
fit that shit.
You gotta get some shit like that. But
Because when they were
nah,
at their height, I was, pretty
it
skinny.
just costs
I
too
couldn't
much.
even fit
It
that
costs too
shit.
much. It costs too
Mm-mm.
much money for the inconvenience, in my opinion. Like I was like,
Mm.
I ain't trying to pay that much money to have to be size like
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
And
Like
then they would discriminate with the sizes that they had in their store. I don't think they went above a large in women's clothes.
something like that. Something like that.
If they had an extra large here and there, it was a rarity. So
Hey,
yeah, that
hey,
shit wasn't
what?
made for us.
Marita, what you were saying earlier, yeah, that karma come back. It don't matter how and when. You be like, man, life good now. You be like, oops, guess what
Bro,
just happened, nigga?
bro, they say they had a secret staff for the parties, dog. Like that shit crazy, dog. Like I'm just saying, like n- it's more and more is coming out, and as we can see in entertainment or in these high profile people like business people and stuff like this is what some of them indulge in. Like
Um, Cat told us last year in January when he did that interview with Shannon Sharp, a lot of shit was gonna come to light last year. And did he lie?
he did not lie, dog. I don't know how the fuck he knew.
I don't either, but he knew that shit. He
Damn.
predicted that shit. Well, he ain't predicted. He told us
If
flat
you
out.
if you go back and listen to his stand up, Cat Apocalypse, just go back and listen to that. You be like,
I
it
just
makes
watched
sense.
it the other day. What you talking about? Which part?
All of it. When a lot of this
Okay.
stuff, a lot of the stuff he was saying, he was just telling the truth, and it had certain
Oh,
undertones.
absolutely,
And then if you pay
absolutely.
attention, after he did that, that's when they started trying to like assassinate his character. 'Cause he put that out like
Mm-hmm.
in like 2011, 2012.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's always told the truth. I remember. I can't remember. Is it that one or the other one? I can't remember. But the one he was talking about, everybody snorting lines at the party and shit. Like, nigga, do you realize I can see you? That type of shit. They've been doing this shit for years, but they keep it on the low because all these weirdos in Hollywood, as I like to call it, they all stick together.
Yeah,
Wasn't nobody saying shit.
this shit been
But
going on for decades, man. Like
yeah,
even back to what that
because anytime
Studio
you
54 shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but anytime you have to sign an NDA in order to go to a party, that's not a party I want to go to. Because
No.
that means I'm going to see some shit that I ain't supposed to see or
But
I
you
don't want to see.
can you imagine being new to like the industry or whatever, and you don't know these things going on, and then you get invited to somebody famous party, and you thinking that you need to go to this party for networking and to better your career, and then they get you in there, and
And
then
you leave with a loose booty hole. Hell no.
man, you see all this shit going on in this motherfucker, and you like, you know what I mean? Like, man, like, I feel what I'm saying is, I feel like, especially for the women, I feel like it's easy to get caught up. You know what I'm saying? Not,
Absolutely.
not the men, hey, nigga, you got to be a little bit willing to do some of that shit. But the women, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's easy for the women to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and then when,
I think it's easy for the men too, though. Let's be honest. A lot of men are
No,
willing to get bent
they-
over in order to get where they want to go. That's just my personal opinion.
yeah, a lot of people, like I say, some people just willing to compromise. They don't have morals if you could do it.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
I'd be like,
And a
did
lot
it,
of, because
bro.
you know what you're
When you
signing up
said you
for
was
when you get
having a
into this
second,
shit.
yeah, you gotta be real. Hey, did it when you said you was having a second party? I wasn't talking about this shit. Now I ain't gonna say nothing, but you gotta let me the fuck out of here.
hey, speaking of that, did you see Donnell Rollins on the Breakfast Club going back and forth with DJ Envy when DJ
I
Envy
didn't
tried
see it,
to,
but I heard about
oh
it.
oh man, DJ Envy tried to say like, yeah, like you was cool with R. Kelly and this and that there. You was sitting, he said that Donnell Rollins was sitting on somebody's lap. Donnell Rollins say, but you got flew in by R. Kelly. Tell me you wasn't traffic.
Ooh,
DJ Envy, you should have seen DJ Envy. DJ Envy was like, "Oh man, this nigga like, shut up, shut up."
no,
It's
I didn't
recent.
say who. I said ooh, like
Yeah,
oh wow.
yeah. Dollar Waller say, so tell me you wasn't traffic. Say you wasn't traffic. Was you traffic? Was you sex traffic? Because R. Kelly flew you in.
Ooh, I gotta
Bro,
watch that
bro,
shit.
you
That
should have
sounds good as
seen,
hell.
bro, you should have seen DJ Envy. DJ Envy is like, oh man, because he tried to shine on Donnell Rollins, because Donnell Rollins, I think, had went to a Diddy party or something like that, or he said Donnell Rollins was sitting on somebody's lap. I don't know if it was Diddy or R. Kelly or somebody. I think it was Diddy, but Donnell Rollins fired back and say, well, R. Kelly flew you in. You didn't get,
Mm,
tell me you didn't get traffic. Say you didn't get
mm.
traffic. I want to hear, did you get traffic or did you not get traffic? Bro, you should have seen DJ Envy. I say, damn. So the plot thickens. So you know what I mean?
Man,
Bro.
that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of niggas willing to get bent over to get to where they going.
Is that a new
They
Is that a
just,
new interview?
I don't know. I don't know, but I seen it though. I don't know. I seen it though. You know what I mean? I'm
I'm gonna
like,
have to look it up and find it.
Yeah, I was like, wow, what the fuck? Like Donnell Wallace, he came right out of say, but it's like he had it ready for DJ.
He was just
he
waiting
say,
for the damn opportunity.
yeah, he say, oh, you talking about me? Okay, so you got flew in with by R. Kelly. Say you didn't get trapped. It was almost like they all knew each other business and they was telling each other business.
Hmm.
Like, nigga, don't be telling my business, nigga, because don't act like I don't know what happened with you last summer, nigga. Like,
Yeah. But they
wow.
do all know each other business because they all be in the same shit. That's what I'm saying. You would be amazed
Right.
at how many people are willing to compromise themselves and their morals to get where they want to be in
I ain't
Hollywood.
doing it. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't
I
never
ain't
been
doing
one
it.
to really
I ain't
compromise
doing
my
it.
morals for
I ain't
shit.
doing it.
It
I'm
is
poor.
ain't.
I guess that's why I ain't rich right now. I ain't doing it.
Hmm.
I'm not doing it.
Hmm.
You ain't doing a motherfucking
You
thing to
know, they
me.
know who they can get to do that shit. They
Mm-mm.
know. You know, you don't think the elites do their research on these people before they even approach them with that shit. You
That's
know what
why
I
they don't.
mean? They know.
But see, that's why they don't like Dame Dash. Dame Dash wasn't going for none of that.
None
I
of
think
that
they
shit.
say
Hmm.
he slapped Harvey Weinstein.
And
For some shit.
Dang Dad talk too much. They know he was gonna tell it. I said,
Amen.
he gonna tell
Amen.
it.
Because he runs his mouth. And I
Mm,
ain't mad at him for doing it. Shit.
mm-mm.
But they know who they can get to get on all fours to get to where they going instead of they 2 feet. Shit.
And let's talk about this too, cause they trying the same shit in this Diddy case that they pulled off in the Epstein case. How come we ain't heard of nobody who's on the motherfucking tapes? We heard the speculation on the tapes, but these people need to be exposed, man. Like
I do.
how is this happening where you got these tapes of these people doing these acts and none of these people is exposed?
I think the people that would be exposed are just too high up.
Too high up? Yeah,
Too high up. They have to protect,
yeah,
the higher ups.
yeah.
And I think a lot of these people on these tapes, but in both cases, are just you can't do it.
So
They
that
can't
means
expose it because they too high up on the ladder.
so then if that's the case, then okay? So when they put these people in jail and all of this Epstein and the lady and did it all that, if y'all gonna protect the higher ups, then why is these people even? How did these people even end up in jail? How did Diddy end up in jail? Because it's showing that y'all really didn't want this shit to be exposed.
Because Diddy went against their
Mm-hmm.
multi-billion-dollar liquor company.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you go against the grain, that's when you get exposed, and that's when they have to take your ass
See,
down because they still
see,
have to protect the higher ups,
see,
Mm-hmm.
and
not
that shit
only did he
can't
go
get
against the
come back
grain,
to them.
see, he publicly spoke about it. If he would have just let the lawyers handle it in court, that would have been different. He took it to another level when you speak publicly about it.
Hmm. And they got
Mhm.
to take your ass down a couple pegs after that. So where's a couple pegs? Right on in the damn detention center in New York City, in the federal detention center.
But
And
I
that's
said,
why it
go
ain't
ahead.
no secret. It ain't no secrets in Hollywood. That's why I say, and they knew they had it on Diddy. That's why people were backing out because they like, oh yeah, we know this shit true.
That's
Hmm.
that's how long did that's how come Diddy was able to pull that shit for that long. And another thing, I said that when they went in that house, they went in that house for them fucking tapes. That's what they went for. Cause
Absolutely.
that was the leverage that Diddy had over these high profile people. You know what I mean? And they wanted to take away that leverage that Diddy had over them people. They went for them tapes. They went to get them tapes.
Absolutely. But they ain't find shit in LA. See, everything was in Miami. Until
Mm-hmm.
his stupid ass son, which one was it? Christian? Was it Christian?
Yeah.
The
King
rapper.
Kong. I
King
don't think.
Combs. What that's
Yeah.
Christian, I think his real name is. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
calling him no fucking king. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But until he made the diss song, who was he dissing? I can't remember.
Mm,
But
I
he made it.
remember maybe.
Oh, 50 Cent.
50,
Yeah.
50
He was
Cent.
he was dissing 50 Cent. And until he made this song, dissing 50 Cent, and said basically that feds went to the wrong house. They ain't find shit in LA. That's when they came back and went to the house in Florida.
Like a damn
And
fool.
that's when they found all the tapes. So if he would have
Mm-hmm.
kept his fucking mouth shut and just went with you after, and to me, he could have easily not got caught with shit, right? All you have to do is send your kids to Florida to clean out the fucking house. Or Stevie J was at the house. Tell that motherfucker to get rid of everything.
It probably was a lot though. It probably was a
I
lot.
got
Hey, you
I
better
got a
start a
theory
burn
though.
pile and get that shit going.
I got a theory. I think the feds already had a bunch of tapes. I think that gave them reason to believe that there were more
But where they got the tapes from though?
people who trying to snitch Diddy out, bro. Them people come out the woodwork.
Mm,
All it took was for him not for the Cassie thing to go public.
mm-hmm.
And then after that, the floodgates open. All they needed was a reason. That's the same thing they did to Michael Jackson. Oh, you cool with kids, my nigga? All right, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. They go
Mm-hmm.
expose your weakness. We know you a freak, Diddy. We've been knowing you for years.
Like you say, it ain't no secrets. It ain't no secrets in Hollywood. They all knew. They all
Yeah,
knew.
absolutely. I
They all.
mean, come on now,
A lot of them participated in all.
and that's what I was just about to say. Not only did they know, they was part of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, making basketball games and shit. Come on, Jamie.
I've been said. I'm telling you, Jamie got tapes, bro. Jamie, bro. Listen. Hey, I don't know what's keeping him, from getting in trouble or whatever. Maybe he, maybe he had to go to one of them parties or maybe had to go meet one of them higher ups and do some strange things or whatever. But Jamie in on that shit too, man, for sure.
Maybe that stroke was intentional.
They saying that I don't know how true that is, but they were trying to say that he was saying that P Diddy gave him something. I don't know if I believe that because it's just only a rumor. But they were saying that he was saying that that's how he ended up in that situation. That Diddy gave him a pill or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they tried to kill his ass. Maybe the powers that be tried to
That's
kill
what
his
I'm
ass.
saying. That's what I'm saying. And he survived.
Damn, that's a
But
dangerous
because he
world.
had a stroke, they know that, his brain was compromised. So people ain't going to really believe what the fuck he got to say now. So
But
that's why they're leaving his ass alone.
that's a
In
hell of a world when you
my opinion with my conspiracy theory
right
on the shit.
when you count Epstein, Weinstein, P Diddy, R. Kelly, uh, 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 it's like look, we the Abercrombie and Fitch guys and
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, like, bro, this began to look like this what goes on, like they got the Nickelodeon documentary and shit like that,
Hmm.
like,
That's
bro,
what Hollywood is all about, man. I'm telling you.
bro, like that's crazy. Can you imagine the people that done been involved in this shit that we don't know about, that's still on TV, that's still out here? You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm telling you.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
gonna somebody gonna bring charges against Dr. Phil or somebody next. Watch.
Who
Well,
that?
they already charged him or tried to with that what you call it, sending them kids to their ranch where
Nate,
they was abused and shit.
hey, who this is? This Raw Nature.
Yeah.
What's up, Raw Nature?
Estonia.
It's
That's
Tony.
raw nature.
What's up, Raw Nature? You know, change the name. I see.
He didn't change his name, but he let us know who he was.
Right. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, bro. But yeah, this is crazy. Like, I just, this shit be getting past conspiracy. This shit past conspiracy theory now. Like, this is fact. Like, now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Damn. Mm, mm, mm,
yeah.
mm,
It's crazy. You
mm.
know, the shit that goes on right underneath the surface. You know
That's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying.
Marita, man, my phone about to down, y'all.
All
But
right, bro.
I'm a full with y'all, man.
All right.
And
All right.
I'm gonna listen in.
All right. Appreciate you, gang. Have a good one.
Yep.
Y'all
Have a
too.
good day. All right. Thank you.
See, I want to switch this anyway to goddamn. Let me see. I got it. I want to switch this. Did you see Shell Kell interview on DJU?
I watched some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I ended up falling asleep on it because I was watching it like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
What you thought of it?
So I saw like the first half of it.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing, but I watched it in pieces, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt like he kind of like was like sunning DJU on his own damn platform.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
You felt that way too? Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah. I was like, damn, he talking to him like he his daddy. Shit.
Yeah, hold on, hold on. Yeah, like so I'm listening to this shit, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I just got so upset listening to the shit because I'm thinking to myself like, what's up, Slime Like Max? I'm thinking to myself like, DJ, you gonna let this man just talk crazy to you like this on your own platform? So if y'all didn't watch the interview, what Shell Kills was trying to pretty much do, he was kind of like coming at DJU for DJU interviewing Woody, saying that DJU give a platform to rats and this and that there and shit like that there and this and like that. And my thing was he is an interviewer. Like his personal if he feel any way personal don't got a goddamn thing to do with him interviewing Woody or Sammy the Bull or whoever may have read it. Like it to me it seemed like Shell Kell was trying to cast how he feel about rats onto DJU. And, and
Hmm.
and my thing was that DJU was just sitting up there just taking it. Like I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. He ain't had no fight back,
None.
or nothing to say back to him. Like he was just kind of sitting there, just looking stupid, in my opinion.
If
Uh,
DJU like listen, man, DJU done came on our like in our chat before, so you know what I mean. But I'm just saying, like, I got mad watching that shit. I'm like, DJU, what you got going on? Like, say something back. Like,
yeah,
stand
speak
up
up
for
for
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
this your platform. Like, you can interview who the fuck you want to interview.
right.
Like,
And if he would have said that, I think the interview would have been short as fuck because he wouldn't have had shit else to say to it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I interview who the fuck I want to interview. This is my platform. If you don't like it, go interview who the fuck you want to on your own platform.
Yeah, like and on top of this, Shell Kell. If y'all don't know, Shell Kell is Big Nut brother. He's Nut little brother. Nut is the guy that lost his life in Atlanta. Supposedly was at the center of the YSL trial. It was the murder that was at the center of the trial. But Shell Kell is his brother, his little brother. Now my thing is this though, bruh, the times done changed. We can clearly see that people who snitch and all of that. The internet don't feel the way that maybe a street guy would feel about
Hmm.
the snitches. So when you got these guys that's making money off interviewing people, and these guys who have snitched in whatever situation, they become people that the public want to see or want to hear from. You as somebody that got a platform that's getting paid, that's making money off these people off doing interviews. Why wouldn't you interview him?
Right.
Like I would interview Woody like a motherfucker. You feel me? Bro, it just pissed me off to see that shit, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was DJ, it just made me look at DJU like DJU. What you now? I understand maybe DJU be moving around Atlanta and maybe he want to be able to move around Atlanta without no beef or no shit like that. But fuck that. Like it was borderline disrespectful. Like I think it did cross the line of disrespectful. Me personally, how he was talking to DJU on his own platform, and you paying this nigga. You pay him to come up here, man. I ain't finna pay you to come up here and disrespect me. I would have been kicked his ass up off my platform.
Yeah. That shit wouldn't have flew with me either.
You got the,
And I
did you
think,
get the same vibe? Did you get the same vibe?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's why I was just like, damn, DJ, you say something.
It
Like,
was it
don't
wasn't
just sit up there and let him punk you like that. That's how it felt. That's
it
the
felt
vibe I got from it.
it's what I'm saying. They weren't even talking about like none of the YSL trial or the issues and nothing. It was just Shell Kell talking shit to DJU for DJU interviewing Woody. That's
Yeah,
all it was.
yeah. And I think that's probably why I fell asleep because shit, it was boring because that's all it really was to me. Um, to me, that wasn't his best interview, put it that way.
Yeah, I agree. And I just was like, why is DJU like allowing this shit to go on? Like I just you was being too diplomatic for me, DJU. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that's all I had to say about the shit. But another thing I did want to piggyback since we in talking about DJU and in the Chicago sector or whatever. They say that goddamn one of the guys that was involved on the Stephen Mack hit was been a federal informant for 5 years and had been paid $12,000. This is and Stephen Mack murder is the guy who killed D thing, which is Lil
Oh,
Durk's brother.
Stephon Mac. Yeah.
Stephon Mac. Yeah, Stephon Mac. Yeah, they say one of the guys that was involved in Stephon Mac's murder has been a federal informant for 5 years. This is in the paperwork. And he got paid over $12,000. So essentially, if Lil Durk had anything to do with that, because it's a legend, I don't think he charged with anything as of yet. But if he had anything to do with that, then essentially he would have been dealing with a federal informant in that situation.
Yeah. I forgot how many gigabytes or megabytes or however many bytes that shit. I'm not computer savvy like that, so I don't know. Of information they said that they had on Dirk and like 20,000 damn pages of
Yeah,
fucking evidence. Like he
yeah.
done, he cooked. I mean, I hate to say it, but stick a fork in his ass. He is done.
You
Because
think he
the
took?
feds don't even come get you until they know they can convict your ass. Let's be
Right,
honest.
right,
And how often do the feds lose at trial? Not
right.
very. So you pretty much done. The Dirk, I hope y'all enjoy the music that he got out now, because he ain't gonna be making another album unless it's some shit that he's already had recorded and they slap an album together for that, or he makes it over a premium phone.
You think he done,
Because
T?
yeah, he done. I knew he was done when they came and picked his ass up. Like I said, the fans don't even they don't fuck with you until they know they got your ass.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. They make their case first, unlike most other, law enforcement departments or whatever, um, law enforcement agencies rather, that they come and arrest you, when you suspicious of a crime, and then they make their case. No, the feds make their case first, and
What you
then they
think?
come and slap the cuffs on your ass, and then
What
they present all the evidence that they have to you. That's why most federal cases are over with a plea deal, because you see what the fuck you got in front of you.
what you
You
think?
know you done.
What you think Dirk's chances is of coming out of this?
Less than 5%.
Damn.
Honestly, 5% or less than 5%. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to come from under this one. I don't, and I hate that for him. You know how I am. I want to see everybody from Chicago win. I don't give a damn if you're a BD, a GD, a Vice Lord, a Mickey Colbert, a damn four corner hustler. I don't give a fuck what you represent. I want to see everybody win. You know what I mean? But I don't see Dirk coming from under this. I don't. You know,
Damn.
that's my opinion. Just because I don't see it, don't mean somebody else with
Do you
more knowledge
so
about the case or whatever can't see it.
so when you see that you saying that you feel like that? Okay. So do you feel like do you think you saying that due to the Lil Pop murder, or you saying that due to all of them? And do you think you get what I'm saying? Do you think that they're gonna connect them to the D thing situation?
I think they're gonna connect him to. I think all of it. Um,
Wow.
Definitely the Pop murder. I think they're gonna connect him to the murder of Stephon Mack. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I think they're gonna connect his ass to Cash murder too.
Mm. Mm.
I truly think so, because I've always thought it was either him or somebody around him. Well, not necessarily him per se that pulled the trigger, but I always thought it was somebody around him that did cash in.
We
I
don't
can't
have
lie.
we don't got no trigger man when it comes to the cash shit though, do
No, we don't, not yet. But I think they know.
they?
I think they
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't put shit past the feds.
Mm.
You know, and
I had did a video on the D thing murder a while back, and them dudes was telling back then. I'm talking about.
mm-hmm,
So I didn't even understand how Dirk wasn't arrested or even questioned or something back then. But it was alleged that them dudes was telling back then, and that was about a year
mm-hmm.
ago.
That mean he got. Did you watch the Trapler Ross documentary that he just did about Dirk?
No, that been with 4 hours. I just ain't made. I ain't sat down and watched it yet.
Man, y'all better start doing like I do. Speed that shit up and watch it.
Yeah,
So it don't take 4 real hours. Shit.
yeah.
I've gotten used to watching things on 2x speed. I can understand it now.
Mhm.
So it take me 2 hours to watch it. I ain't sitting there for 4 hours watching shit, and I got all the time in the world. But it connects him to 6 different murders. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. And and this is just the information that's made available publicly. We don't know what the fuck the feds is holding back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So with just the information that we know publicly, to me, he's cooked. And like I said, we don't know what the feds is holding back. So
So
with
what is
all of that other or evidence too, yeah, I think he done for.
so what is the six murders that they connected them to, or tried
Lil,
Ross tried to connect them to?
Lil Pop, Stephon Mack, FBG Cash, and it was two other ones I can't think of. I think they tried to connect him to Duck's murder in some kind of way too, because supposedly Jeezy was calling D-Thing
Mm-hmm.
in the store. So I think they tried to connect him to Duck murder and it's somebody else. I can't remember all six of them
Mm.
specifically, but it was six different murders that they connected him to. All this murder for hire shit. So yeah.
Was it Mubu Crump?
Was it? No, I don't think so.
Mm.
I don't think so. I can't remember nothing about Crump being in there.
Mm. Damn.
As far as the murder. No, it might have been. It might have been.
Cause we
Because
got.
Crump had to do with his or not necessarily had to do, but he trolled him about Newski murder and he trolled the
Mm-hmm.
hell out of him about Chino murder too.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the whole Chino burger shit came from.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been Crump. I can't remember, don't quote me. But the four that I named I know for sure. Um it's not looking good for dude. I'm just saying. It's not looking good for dude. He might want to get comfortable in that cell.
So speaking of dirt, they was talking about OTF DeDe, and they was saying that DeDe was his lawyer petitioned the courts to see how much time that he would get due to his criminal history. And people was insinuating that DeDe was about to take a plea, or maybe thinking about taking a plea and thinking about taking a rap um, for the murders. Now, this all just what people just insinuating due to what his lawyer asked the courts. But let's just say, for instance, let's just say that he is contemplating taking a plea and taking a rap for everything. In my opinion, that would still entail him snitching on the other co-defendants. Like, yeah, you might say Dirk ain't had nothing to do with it, but you will also be saying you would also have to say that yeah, these other guys were involved. You get what I'm saying?
It depends because you can take a plea and just admit your guilt and not have to snitch on nobody.
Yeah, but we know it was more than just him that did the hit.
Yeah, but that don't mean just because I'm taking a plea deal that I got to involve you in my shit. You know what I mean?
Right. So what? So
So
the other people might be people from just random people from California or something. Huh? I get what you're saying.
I mean, whoever it is that
Right.
is co-defendant, he don't have to include them in anything in his
Right.
statement about what he did.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he can still take a plea deal and not snitch, not involve nobody else, and try. I'm not gonna say take the blame off of, but try to take the blame off Dirt. But to me, it's too much. They want Dirt. Let's be honest.
And they're gonna want to know who was
And
in that car and all that other shit too. You right. They probably won't even accept that type of plea.
yeah,
Hell no.
they ain't trying to let him off on shit. They want Dirt because they know he's the money man. He's the head of all of this shit. They want him
Right.
ultimately. So
Right.
if they gotta work out plea deals for the other folks in order to get Dirt, that's what the fuck they gonna do.
Right.
But whoever takes the first deal typically gets the best deal. And I think that's
Right.
why his lawyer is inquiring about it so quick. Like,
Right.
what are you looking at? So they can take the time to decide before anybody else's lawyer or anybody else get involved trying to get a plea deal. So
Do
we'll
you
see.
do
But
you do you think they gonna do you think some of those guys gonna snitch on Dirt?
I've always said there's too many people involved in that case for somebody not to snitch. Yeah,
I agree.
it's gonna be at least one.
I agree.
Everybody is not gonna keep their mouth shut. Like the old saying goes, two can keep a secret if one is dead.
Right.
Ain't no way in hell is that many people involved in one case and somebody ain't gonna say nothing. I just
I
don't see it happening.
I just be amazed for these guys because these guys was free and these guys done seen the same shit we done seen. They done seen the YSL trial, they done seen all these other court cases and shit. Melly's situation, it was a situation where people come out and said this or said that, and then they sit right there and get themselves in a situation where they be in a situation where they may have to tell on somebody, and then they do, and then they tell. Like that shit be just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That shit be crazy to me. Like it's like they don't even steer clear of them situations to put them. That's gonna put them in that situation where they could have to balance, have to make a choice about their freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got to tell
Mm-hmm.
on somebody in order for me to stay free, like they'll get right in there and get in the whole goddamn murder for hire. And then another thing, I just don't understand why this nigga bought the goddamn mask. Like that shit that just kills me. Like
Man,
you bought the mask. Like
sloppy, sloppy, sloppy as fuck. That's what it was, sloppy. That's why I'm saying all of this evidence. Yeah, they got your ass. You know, charging the OTF credit card, they got your ass. Sending text messages talking about don't put shit in my. They can use shit attached to that. They got your ass.
hmm
Like I said, the little evidence that we do know about, they got him. They got
yeah,
him. I wouldn't be surprised if Dirk took a plea.
you
The
think?
trial was supposed to start in January because he wanted a speedy trial.
Yeah,
They just did that. That's a tactic to get the state to or the feds to turn over their evidence because they have to share whatever evidence they convict you or
right.
whatever. So that his lawyer can finally see what the damn feds got so he can come up with some type of defense.
hmm
Or he can tell him you need to go ahead and take a plea.
hmm
So we'll see because the trial is set to start in October now. But I wouldn't be surprised if he take a plea. Now, is he gonna do that? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if we heard about him taking a plea because
Boy,
they talking about the damn death penalty. Come on.
I'm gonna say this: if a plea with this type of shit, man, it ain't even worth taking that goddamn plea because the plea gonna be 30 years, 40 years. You get what I'm saying? Like,
That's better than the fucking death penalty shit. Is it
yeah,
not?
it is.
At least in 30, 40 years, you still have a slight chance of getting up out that bitch. If they put the damn death penalty on you, ain't going nowhere.
And you gonna be
But I don't know. The death penalty might be off the table because they're talking about not using the death penalty in federal cases anymore unless it's an act of terrorism or one other condition. I forgot what it was, but his case, murder for hire, they're trying to stay away from using the death penalty for stuff like that.
mm,
Um, Terrorism or treason, I think it is, but we'll see. Um, but we'll see. I think it's just a messed up situation. Dirk really fucked himself over.
right. Your
You know.
daddy just got out of jail, and now you finna replace him, and
Yep. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But
and you
in his
you
older
rapped about
interviews,
it.
he said he wanted to be like his daddy. Because his daddy was a man before he got locked up. You
hmm
know, that's what you aspired to be. Because his dad was, like right under Larry Hoover. That's why he got as much time as he did because he wouldn't snitch on Larry Hoover.
Right.
So hey, you aspire to be like a criminal, even though that's your father. He's still a convicted criminal. Let's be honest here. And look what it got you.
You made it out
Yeah, you
though.
had the millions and shit.
You had
Yeah,
made
you
it
had the
out.
power. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's why I'm saying it hurts to see it. Because I'm rooting for everybody from Chicago. It's hard to make it out the South Side.
Look
Let's
at all
be
them children. Look
honest.
at all them children he got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
all the kids, not just your kids, but you taking care of your brother's kids too. And I think one of his sister's kids, if I'm not mistaken. You taking care of all of these kids. Like, it's so many people that are about to start suffering because of this shit.
hmm
Because OTF, the ones that are still out, them niggas is basically running around pawning jewelry and selling chicken plates in order to survive now. I'm saying it jokingly, but it's the truth.
hmm
Because their main source of money is gone.
hmm
Your kids, their lifestyle is going to change because you're not here anymore to provide for them. Your family, your extended family that you've been taking care of, because I know you're taking care of your mom and your sisters and shit, their lives are about to change because you're not here to provide for them anymore. It's just so the ripple effect goes out so wide when you have shit like this happen because you were the center of this little universe that you had created. And now it's just like the sun had dropped out of the center of the universe and all the planets are going to scatter. That's the best analogy I can give of it, because all of this shit, it ain't just you who has to suffer for this. And the adults in the situation, whatever, figure it out. You grown. You shouldn't be depending on no man to take care of you anyway when you're a grown ass man. But
Mm-hmm.
the kids, those are the ones that I feel bad for. Because now your kids are getting ready to have the same fucking experience you had, going to the
Mm-hmm.
feds to visit their daddy
Mm-hmm.
and talking to their daddy over a fucking jail phone.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. You really wanted that for your family?
And then
That's fucked up.
out of all the kids he got, chances are he gonna have one or two of them, and they're gonna want to try to follow his footsteps too.
Exactly. And the cycle repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a generational curse in your family that you're carrying out right now. There's this death and destruction all around you.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad as hell. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Just
I
won a
think,
just won a Grammy.
yeah, you was like really getting ready to be on top of the shit. And the thing about, I think it really hits hard for me because I saw his whole career, like firsthand. You know, I didn't necessarily like his music, but I saw how hard he worked to get to where he was, to get to the point where he was winning a Grammy. Because it ain't like Dirk just came out a couple years ago. Dirk
Mm-mm.
been doing this shit since 2000, what, 8, 9, 10? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the forefathers of drill. He got
Mm-hmm.
his contract. Him and Reese signed their contract with Sony before Chief Keef even signed his contract.
Mm-hmm.
You are one of the forefathers of drill music. You helped put this shit on the map, and you've been grinding at this shit ever since. So right when it's about to pay off, right when all of that hard work is about to come to fruition, look what happened.
That whole little
You're
crew,
at the fucking pinnacle of your career, and this shit happened. Like damn.
that whole little crew gone. Him, Vaughn, Melly. Remember they all used to hang together. They all gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn.
I ain't seen Booker since it was a couple months before Dirk got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Booker. Every time you saw Dirk, you saw Booker.
I thought Dirk kind of kicked Booker out. That what AK was trying to. Me and AK were talking about when I was on last time I was on AK platform. That's what he was kind of like insinuating that there's something happened between Dirk and Booker.
Oh, really?
That what AK was saying. Yeah, yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
I was on AK live, and he was
Mm-hmm.
talking about it. Yeah, he put me up on the
I
panel.
hadn't heard that.
It,
Okay.
it was
Because I knew
something
I hadn't seen Booker around Dirk in a couple months. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's something went on
Because, like
between
I
them.
said, anytime you saw Dirk, you saw Booker ass with him. They was like glue.
Yeah, it was something. It
Uh,
was something. It was something that went between them.
I'm
But I'm
not
gonna get out of here
surprised
though,
when.
T.
All right.
All right, you want to say your goodbyes?
Thanks for having me up once again. Hope
Pre-
everybody is having a great start to their new year. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, so I ain't just
right,
made none because, I mean, let's be honest. By the time February get here, most of us have forgotten that shit and right back to being the people who we were and
right,
always have been. So
right,
now ain't no new year, new me. I'm just trying to, like I always say, be a better person tomorrow than I was today.
right.
So that's it. And I hope everybody stays safe, stay blessed, and catch you next time.
All right, I appreciate you, sister. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate you too.
hmm Shout out to my girl Tanel Bowen. Shout out to my guy Silk Foster Jr. Y'all go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Also go subscribe to his Instagram, Silk Foster Jr. Like the fabric, Silk Foster Jr. Go subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram too, Marita Boy One, Meritaboy with the number one. Also donate to the channel, man. Y'all see it rolling across the bottom of the screen. Of course, I'm not getting paid right now. They done demonetized me. The man demonetized me, so I only get paid off the kindness of you kind folks. So if you would please donate to the channel, man. The cash app is rolling across the bottom of the screen. Marita Boy 407 on at Cash App. I would appreciate it. Shout out to Slime Life Max. Shout out to my guy, Raw Nature. What is this? La Minada Flo. That's my boy Raw Nature from Estonia. So shout out to you. Shout out to Dre 6100. Shout out to my girl Denise. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us, Denise. Who else? Shout out to Renata McCargo. Shout out to the Chicks 1000, aka the Chick 1K. Shout out to Flyboy Michael Fo. Shout out to Nephew for real. Shout out to Anonymous One. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to SLK, something like Clout TV, Yo, Inglewood. Shout out to Audio Crack 22. Shout out to Deputy Eula. Shout out to Anonymous Ones. Um, Shout out to Richard Supreme, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Shout out to 985J. Shout out to Tamara Jackson, aka Peanut. Shout out to my girl, Invisible Woman, Adrian, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to Look Kale Truth Movement. Go subscribe to this channel, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Like I said, I appreciate if you donate to the channel. The Cash App is rolling across the bottom of the screen. You know, even on the replay game, man. Please donate to the channel, man, because I'm not getting paid currently from YouTube. So the only time I get paid is off the kindness of you kind folks, and it definitely is appreciative. I appreciate every time you guys do donate to the channel. It means a lot to me. It validates what I'm doing and lets me know that you guys want me to continue to keep going on doing what I'm doing, man. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you.